Right.
There we go.
Let's get ready for this deadlift, guys.
Yes, a bit of a delay, but
I had a bit more food and I feel more pumped now.
That's good.
I'm
I
like,
haven't
yeah,
eaten yet.
ready to go lift. Instead of lift, I'm just going to chip.
Yeah, you had your pre-workout food, didn't you?
I may have had a bagel.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the delay right now is not due to weather. It's, I don't know what it is actually. I think
it just overran the first event. This is, look, World's Strongest Man, much more on time than it used to be.
Oh yeah, a lot more. Yeah.
So it looks like they are just about getting ready to get started. I hear that Eddie Williams will be the first lift out on the deadlift.
Yes.
See what's happening.
This is so in group one, with Pavlo having the advantage of coming last. Going up last in the deadlift. I think that wasn't a premonition, by the way. I don't think he'll come last on the deadlift. I think Pavlo's going to do okay. You know, all he really needs is a mid-pack performance here. He'll come off of first place most likely.
He's not going to win. He's not going to.
Bobby and Tom Stockman are very likely to beat him. They will beat him in the deadlift. But then with the log later today, which he can definitely win, like Bobby can win it as well, but Pavlo's just very fast. So we will see.
Exciting events to come today.
Yeah, very interesting mix of events, having the deadlift and the log today. Oh man, I can't cope, but we've been speaking to some of our athletes, haven't we?
Yeah, you've been speaking to Rauno.
Yeah. He's very happy. A lovely picture of him running with the anvil was just posted up on his stories, which was lovely to see. But yeah, just all round quite happy right now.
Very happy.
Quite chill.
Yes, good. We're ready for these deadlifts.
Yeah, so it's going to be one at a time on the deadlift machine. The kegs will be loaded into the machine, so it will get heavier with each rep. And then after the final keg is loaded, if they're still in the competition, they can rep it out as many times as they can. And they'll be going... It looks like in reverse
order. Is it 7 lifts, the deadlift?
I think so.
It always used 290 kilos up to 385 kilos. And if they can pull the 385, they can pull it for reps if they wish to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many reps we'll see. But
how many guys do you think can pull it for reps?
I don't know after that. But I think Rauno can do them all in this group. I think Rauno, Tom...
No, Rauno's not in this group.
Sorry. Yeah, in this group, I think Tom and Bobby are probably the biggest. Well, Janasha, but Janasha's just seems off the pace.
Janasha did 3, same as Pavlo at Europe's, but Pavlo said his was calculated.
Yeah, and that's not a very normal result for Janasha.
No, it's not. No.
So I don't know. We'll see. I've seen him do 400, 4.5 before.
Also, we know that Janasha, fitness-wise, he does struggle a little bit. So how much did the load-in take out of him? Darren, there was a post on the World's Strongest Man Instagram from Darren saying that the load-in really took a lot out of the guys. A lot of tired legs now.
It looks like Eddie has been and pulled 5 reps, which is solid.
Okay, 5 reps from Eddie Williams.
For Eddie Williams.
Hopefully the reload on this event won't take too long. Obviously, unlike a normal deadlift, they've then got to get all the barrels out and set back up on the machine. Rather than a normal deadlift, you just leave it there. The next guys come along, make sure the weights are nice and tight, and you go.
One of the reasons Worlds takes a lot longer is they have TV links that they do between athletes and whatnot. So it just takes a little bit longer than some other shows.
Yeah, apparently Eddie's been up there doing his Channel 5 segment, butchering the names. His pronunciations are particularly bad, aren't they?
They are. So Eddie Williams got 5.
Yeah, Williams.
It's decent. Not going to be good enough to win.
No, not in this group. No, you need to finish to be in contention to win in any group, I think, because there's strong deadlifters across the board.
New members,
some random, thank you, and also Stacey Silva, thank you for becoming members, and Shade, it's 89 Williams for 5 reps. Thank you for super chatting it. We will try and keep up on top of comments. It's a long slog. Michael French, thank you for the super chat. I like it here better than Reddit. Ask a simple question and get flooded with toxicity. Reddit becomes a bit weird during World's Strongest Man week. It's not like just the usual crowd. A lot of people get a little bit hostile towards the same questions being asked, or people who aren't in the loop, which is
someone asking what the weights are for the deadlift. I think it starts at 290 kilos, and I believe it's 15 kilo jumps up to 385 is the 7th lift, which if they get to that, they can rep out. So they could do 8, 9, 10 with it's a continue their total, but that's just on the 385. So it's like 290, 305, 320, 335, 350, 365, 380.
It looks like Rick is gifting memberships to people. That's so generous. Thank you, Rick. That's really kind.
Thank you very, very much.
That means you will get to play with your emojis. If you just click on the little box where you would type, you should see an option for them to come up. They're lots of fun. We need to add some more as well. LOL, we're Eddie butchering the names. He is awesome to watch, though. Well done, Eddie Williams. Blubber Donut, thank you for the super chat. Jaco Schoonwinkel, the South African Rhino.
Lots of South African fans. So happy to see another good South African representing at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, they've not
Gerrit
been regulars.
Badenhorst, one of my absolute favourites from back in the day. If you guys haven't seen, I did a Talking Strongman with Gerrit. Yeah, go check that out at some point, maybe after World's Strongest Man when things calm down. But it was cool talking to him. And there's so much strength and talent in various different parts of the world. So I like seeing new people from different places doing well. And he got here via OSG. So if you are a talented up-and-coming strength athlete, get yourself entered into the official Strongman Games.
Ginger, new member. Welcome, Ginger. Do you know what the pickup height is for the deadlift?
Standard deadlift, which is approximately 9 inches from the floor.
Who is your most famous member? Strongmen and women not included. Or it would be strongmen and women, wouldn't it?
I don't know about famous.
Dan Bauer's famous, isn't he?
Powerlifter.
Some guy who asked the question is called Dan Bauer. I don't know.
I don't know.
It would have probably been Rauno or Rongo or someone. I don't know.
I don't know. In terms of members.
Yeah, actual channel members, not subscribers, members. Well done.
I haven't thought about it. Par's up next.
There we go.
So Par has 5 to beat. Par's a decent deadlifter. Going to be interesting to see how he gets on with the straps.
Yes.
Because he likes the figure of 8s. But he's a very good deadlifter.
Look at the name. Fingers Fingal. Members will know if they saw the outtake video. I really, really weirdly struggled to say Fingal's finger. I can read it now because I can read it off the screen backwards. I really struggled to say it so many times I messed it up. Love you guys. Evan really wanted to kill that loading after last year. Love to see that. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah,
thank you, Fingers Fingal. I love that someone's gone to the effort to make that.
Is brilliant. But yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, great to see Evan have a solid start to his World's Strongest Man campaign this year, because it's been sort of heartbreak after heartbreak with Evan for Evan fans. And we are Evan fans, aren't
Absolutely.
we?
I think he seems to have come in composed, learned from his mistakes. Hopefully he's going to have a good competition.
Yeah.
It's too early to say yet, but from that performance, compared to last year's,
gives me so much hope.
He just looked like the photos that I've seen, what I've heard from different people. He just looks focused. Part O'Dwyer did 5 reps.
Oh, interesting. And there's no time, so that will now be tied points.
Really?
Yeah.
So splitting the times.
No, they're not doing split times on deadlift.
Interesting.
Yeah, with the addition of the reps at the end, so you just get points for reps. So that's tied points there. Very interesting. That's what I was told anyway. I mean, maybe someone's giving me bad information, but that's what I'm told. There is a time limit on the overall
Fred
event.
is the most famous member.
There you go. Yeah,
Fred.
It's possible. Fred is the most famous member. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. Sent you a breakdown of Load Race to Insta.
Oh, okay.
We will check that out.
Thank you.
Honestly, our Instagrams have gone absolutely crazy with people sending us stuff. We will probably in bed tonight get around to looking at it all. So we can be on
Lots
our
of people
TVs.
I think Brian's going to win this one in his group.
Oh,
I don't
not with
know.
Rauno and
Rauno
Bish.
and Bish in the same group. Rauno and Bish, very, very good deadlifters.
And Rauno's got the advantage going after Bish and Brian on the deadlift. So it will be a big ask.
I don't think Brian will win the deadlift. I think he'll get good points, but
He'll get solid points.
I think Adam and Rauno could both potentially beat him on this one.
I think Brian third, though, on the deadlift. He would have loved the advantage of going a little bit later.
Yeah.
Gerrit Badenhorst was a great strongman back in the 90s. There we go. What else have we got?
So good. They seem to be getting through fairly quickly. So Konstantin Janasha is up next, and apparently Konstantin is in a suit, which is unusual for Konstantin.
Interesting. See how that affects his performance, for better or worse.
Yeah.
Frederick and Alan, welcome new channel members. Fingers, fingal, bloody thing. Honestly. Ivor Schmuckstellas for the win. Much love from Latvia. We are massive, massive Ivors fans, aren't we? Hopefully he's tired. Then we know we'll get the best out of Ivors.
Round fans, new members.
Yeah, lots of new
no
members.
live stream, unfortunately, guys.
No.
Yeah,
It can only be watched in person. Yeah.
I think some people might chuck up a live stream on their phones and stuff, but it'll be quickly taken down, or the quality isn't worth watching.
Yeah, they had the tiniest amount of stands. Oh man, yeah, those risers, and I bigged them up. I was like, "There's going to be risers."
You were told they were going to be good.
Yeah. From what I understood, all the way around there would be risers, but apparently there's one riser for like 30 people.
Here comes Constantine.
Oh, what are you watching?
Nothing at all.
um.
Constantine is just literally getting soft to the bar, apparently.
Okay. Magnus Svensson, thank you for the super chat. Was Christian's performance a surprise? Can he reach the fingals? It feels like Group 1 about to get
Reach the finals.
Oh, finals. Fucking fingers. Fingers on the brain. Sorry for swearing. Can he reach the finals? It feels like Group 1 about to get super tight. If Bobby wins, Tom second, and Pavlo.
Yeah, I think Bobby can win this event. I really hope he can.
Do you think Bobby can win the group? It's still a huge
Still
ask.
a big ask.
He would need a killer performance on the Conans, and
This is Pavlo's weakest event in the contest. So
yeah.
5 is not impossible for Pavlo to get.
No.
And 2 guys are on 5. So who knows? But I mean, if Pavlo can get 6 reps, I think he will be over the moon.
Yeah, definitely.
And it will make him very hard to beat.
Yeah. Haroldson, I don't expect to see him get to the final because
I think
he's going to lose
the
some points.
deadlift and the log, I think he loses some points on.
Yeah.
But unbelievable start. And he's very athletic, good kind of, I think he'll probably be quite good at the Conans.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He can definitely mix that group up.
That group's going to be interesting. Nothing is guaranteed in that group.
What group is it?
That's
2.
Group
2.
2.
It's group 2, yeah.
Alexei.
Alexi's group, which, that is interesting. He could end up being a massive problem for Luke Stoltman if he comes between Thomas and Luke.
Yeah. Tom, Luke.
Because Luke came 4th on the loading.
Christian.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting, that one.
Please welcome to God tier membership with Loz and Liz. Kevin, we cannot see your super chat. I think you hit enter too soon, but please do... Oh, look who's here.
Hey,
please do
Rob
write your
Kearney
comment
is in
again.
the comments.
Rob Kearney in the house.
How
Lovely
are you doing,
to see
buddy?
you, Rob. Always a pleasure.
Rob is awesome.
Yeah, we love Rob.
Rob gets so much crap from us because we love Rob, but he's always in the biggest competitions and against the best guys, and he hasn't had his best events for a while in some of those big comps.
Yeah.
But still performs well. Was leading the Arnolds last year after day 1. And I think he's just taking a little bit of time off right now to get himself feeling good and come back later in the year, hopefully.
Shade89 saying, you skipped my super chat. Did we? Because we did one for you.
Looks like 6 for Janasha.
6 for Janasha's
Janasha
good.
going into the lead.
That's an improvement on Europe's. It sounds... Oh, I don't know, though, because it starts lighter. It's hard to compare, isn't it?
Well, you can't go on what he did at Europe's.
Oh,
it was
right.
terrible at Europe's.
Yeah, but it was only 18 days ago.
Yeah, I know, but Pa did 5 at Europe's, or 6, was it? And
Pa did 7.
7, and he's beaten Pa, so he just wasn't right at Europe's.
No. Yeah, but I just wonder why, Lozzie.
I don't know why, but it was an odd deadlift result for Janasha. He's normally a really good deadlifter.
No, I know.
Lots of Kearney fans in here. Nice to see.
And then we've got some random. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, all, just finished work and have my laptop open on Strongman Archives and watching you two lovely people. It's currently 2:40 a.m. here in Oz. Oh my goodness.
It's going to be a late one for you guys.
Wow, an early one.
I would check out Liz's video tonight or when you wake up.
No, I admire the commitment of being up. This is better for us having it on the East Coast than the West Coast.
Yes.
So it's a few hours even further
Bobby's
back.
coming up. Come on, Bobby.
Come on, Bobby.
He smashed the deadlift at the Arnolds.
He did.
His deadlifting training has been going really well. I expect him to put in a good performance here.
Yeah, definitely.
Or give 100% trying.
3D Strength is our most famous member. I
3D
didn't know he was a
Strength.
member.
3D Strength is awesome. Come on, Bobby.
Yeah. Are you nervous?
Yes. This is what people get to see on our live chats. I can't show this personal emotion when I'm doing like the commentating.
No, of course.
Have to
Yeah,
be
you have
neutral.
to be professional, don't you?
And inside I'm dying.
Johnny, I overslept. Well, depending on where in the world you are, I don't know. But Strongman Archives, or World's Strongest Man website, if you want the results from the loading race earlier, a few surprises there. And Group 1 are underway with the deadlift. So far, we've got Parr and
Eddie on 5, Constantine on 6. Now we are waiting for Bobby Thompson's results.
Thompson. Bobby has to put in a solid performance here. He will. Bobby's deadlift is looking better than ever. Oh, John, thank you for the super chat. Mitch said in the vid that they get disqualified if they don't try in all the events, e.g. if they have a comfy lead, they can't do like one throw. Thoughts? I think if they've learned and the lead, they can back off. Is that true? Did he say that?
He might have. I haven't seen that, but it could well be. I think it's a bit of a weird one.
Who's the judge on whether or not they're actually trying?
Yeah, it's I think that's a hard one to.
I reckon that's Mitch winding us up again.
Well, I don't know. Like, I know they are annoyed when people don't try.
Yeah. Hence the introduction of the stone off. Yeah. Well, yeah. Scary Cloud, thank you for the super chat. I remember Brian Benzel doing really well at fingers. Any older, lesser known athletes you could think do well with these events?
Dave Osland. Not that he's not well known. Dave Osland with these events, very good. He's extremely good at fingers. Deadlift, not so good. Decent dumbbell, very, very good at stones, good truck puller, good at carrying things. Dave Osland was a beast.
What is this obsession with fingers? I wrote finals with caps. I have fingers on the brain.
I read it. It's just those fingers have kind of got to you, haven't they?
They've messed me up. Destiny, thank you for becoming a member.
Did you put the heating on by any chance?
No, I didn't, but it does feel hot in here, doesn't it? I 100% did not put the heating on.
Just checking.
It's the steam coming off you, Lozzie, the nerves.
Let's go, Bobby. Come on. Why is Bobby taking so long? It must mean he's doing more reps. That's all I can think.
Yes. How's Brian doing? He came third in his group on the loading race. Third behind Jaco Schoonwinkel and Rauno Hainler with surprising results. Oh, Bobby's at the bar. Surprising results for the likes of Kevin Ferris in that group.
Yeah, Kevin Ferris was a surprise.
Bish was a bit of a surprise as well.
Bish was a surprise. Kilishkovsky was a surprise. All in negative ways, really.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Rauno was a surprise in a good way.
In a very pleasant way. And Bobby as well.
And Bobby,
yeah. Potato Face, please. Thank you for becoming a member. Lozzie, you showed it on Andrea's frame carry at the Arnolds in your commentary.
Did I? Sometimes it just comes out of me.
It just comes out.
Like, that little bit of excitement, you just got to let it out.
It's a good job I'm not mic'd up. I'd be banned. Jonathan, thank you for the super chat. Sorry if it's been asked just in from work. If there were no groups and the top 10 went through, would this massively change up the results for the final? And would it be a fair method? Yeah, we did a video last year after the groups were done and before the finals. What if all 30 competed against each other? It's not
going to do another video.
Yes,
like this.
It's not an exact science, because if you go last on the deadlift, you know what you need to do in the deadlift. If you're in a pool of 30, it's a totally different story. Everyone has to go all out.
I want to see a certain amount of athletes with drops after 4 events.
But last year,
everyone has to try.
If you take Martine's group, for example, him, Maxime, Pavlo, and one other, I think 4 of them would have been in the top 10
of
one group. Yeah, Gav, that was it. Gav was in that group as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, if you look at the loading, you got group 1 that had 2 of the 3 fastest times.
Yeah.
And then you got other groups that had like 9th and 10th or something.
Yeah. What have we got? The Francie Brady, thank you for the super chat. Lagging Eddie's pronunciation of name and say Kearney wrongly. Wrongly is not a word. Do we say Kearney wrong? Rob Kearney?
I don't think so, but
I don't think so.
Rob will tell us if we do.
Rob, can
Bobby
you please
got
confirm?
all 7.
Yes.
So he's in the lead right now.
Has he repped anything?
No, he got all 7.
He got all 7. Yeah. Okay, without additional reps.
I think reps are going to be pretty tough looking at what people are doing.
Of course, yeah.
But I don't know. Do they time that last one or not? See, this is weird. I think if
I don't know. Yeah, would they have split points on guys finishing it? Oh, I don't know. I hope it is timed.
Doesn't look like it is at the moment, from what I can see.
No, because no times are coming through, are they? Apparently, it's true. New disqualification rule cannot slack.
Interesting.
It's bronze chopped.
It's getting harder and harder to slack. So
yeah, apparently.
Dave Osland fans, good to see.
Mitch said they have to put in a reasonable effort.
What do you class as a reasonable effort?
I was going to say, who's to say what's a reasonable effort? I don't really understand that, how you can fairly manage it, but we'll see. Carl H, thank you for the super chat. Mitch said in a recent video, maybe stemming from last year when so many athletes barely lifted the grip smashy ball thing. Yeah, the wrecking ball hold. Well, the problem was they wanted to introduce the stone off to stop people sandbagging, but all that's done is bring it to a different event
forward.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas actually we've missed out on some incredible stone battles because only 2 guys are allowed to do the stone off rather than a full stone
get
run.
rid of the groups or just do the groups normally again, because you could still have big battles like we used to.
Yeah, where there's lots of guys in contention.
For a little while, like I've said, some people did coast to the final, but now it's so much harder.
It's a different era though, with the depth of talent. People can't really coast anymore like they used to. As long as the groups are even. If the groups aren't even, that's World's Strongest Man's fault. I think Pablo Cordiaco wins the group if he matches Par and Eddie.
He's got a good chance.
He's got a very good chance of winning that group.
I think Tom's up next. So Tom.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
What if Tom gets 7? Do they split points? Is the best you can do split points?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Get that. No, that doesn't seem right. Should be because it's reps, not time. No. McGuts, thank you for the super chat. I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you, Laz and Liz, for doing this live stream. We love you both. Thank you
very much for joining us, everyone.
Yes. It seems they're getting through group 1 fairly quickly. So this is
Tom's on deck.
Promising. Tom's on deck. Is he on a boat? Oh dear. Ellie, thank you for the super chat. Normally I have to work during Worlds, but this year it's early enough that my exams are done and I don't have to work. I get to watch the streams. We are glad you're here with us. It's hard. Like,
how many Bobby got? Bobby got 7. So Bobby is in the lead at the moment. So just to kind of keep people up to date, Eddie Williams and Par both did 5 reps on the deadlift. Konstantin Janashi did 6, and Bobby is in the lead on 7. We believe if people tie on points, they will tie on reps. They will tie on points. So could be a difficult one to stretch away from people.
Yeah, really hard. It's not good.
No,
it means you almost have to rep out at the end to stretch, just to get yourself that extra.
Yeah,
it depends how many people you'd be tied with.
It's interesting. It's interesting that they do it differently, different years.
Yeah, it's to mess with us. Rose, thank you for the super chat. Has anyone said anything about the condition of Brian Shaw's leg going into the competition? Hopefully it's 100%.
Apparently he's 100%. That happened back in January. He has been training like an absolute beast since then. He's had some of the top Americans over with him training. He's had some of the best British guys over training with him. And everyone's saying he's looking awesome. He's saying he's awesome himself. So I don't think there's any issues with it.
There you go. Kearney is correct. There we go. I guess some people. How else would you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Kearney?
Maybe some people do.
I don't know. Frederick Carlson, thank you for the super chat. How good was Johannes Aho in his prime, and how was he backstage? Cool guy too.
Absolutely lovely guy. A very good friend of mine back in the day. We hung out lots together, shared hotel rooms together. He was a beast of a competitor, and miss him a lot because he was just a really cool guy. Had a bit of bad luck at World's Strongest Man with injuries, but hell of a competitor.
There we go. How heavy is the deadlift weight? It's a rising weight.
So it starts at 290 kilos and goes up to 385 kilos.
Yeah, with 7 weight jumps?
Yes.
Yes. The wrecking ball hold inspired the rule change.
Okay.
There we go.
Tom is out. Let's see what he can do. Big Tommy. How's that hip? Everyone's been worried about his hip.
Yeah.
I was concerned about it at the Arnold's. He seems to have got it sorted. We will know very shortly. If he's smashed this deadlift, Tom is in shape.
So we need 5, 6, and 7 we've seen so far in this group. This is going to be tough for Pablo.
Yes, it will.
I think you'll be okay though. Beesums, thank you for the super chat. In one of his Q&As, Brian said that him and Z are practically responsible for the stone off. Probably, yeah, because they were so dominant in their groups.
Brian used to just go and do one stone by the time the stones came around.
Yeah.
And World's Strongest Man didn't like it.
Yeah. But there you go. Why would anyone do so much more than they have to do, though, with the risk of injury? And
your job as an athlete, Tom got 6.
Interesting.
6 for Tom.
6 for Tom. So Bobby's in the lead on the deadlift right now.
Come on, Bobby.
Okay. I suspect 6 or 7 for Tom. You're right. Oh, wait, he's trying more. Hold on.
He's trying. Just kidding. It's 6.
Oh, just kidding. It's 6. For God's sake.
Well, I think normally when you fail a deadlift, which I'm guessing is what happened.
Yeah.
And then you try again. It's not going up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thanks for keeping us on our toes there.
Yeah.
So 6 reps for Tom, 6 reps for Janasha, 5 for Pa, 5 for Eddie, and 7 for Bobby. I think Bobby has. I'm pretty convinced Bobby takes the win now on this event.
Oh yeah.
The question is, where does Pavlo come? If Pavlo gets 5, it's okay. If he gets 6,
that's good. That's very good.
He's in an amazing position.
Yeah, definitely.
Can he get 5 or 6 though?
With the
if
events,
he gets 4, game on.
Yeah, definitely. But this is by far Pavlo's worst event.
Can I do
in the
a
heats.
very strongman thing?
Yeah.
Can you just itch the back of my shoulder?
Yeah, sure.
Bit lower. Lower. Bit to the middle. There you go. So anyone that lives with a strong man knows what's going on right now.
They can't reach. They usually rub on corners like a bear.
Thank you. Feel better now.
Brian, thank you for the super chat. Will Rauno set the record in deadlift reps? There's no, because this is a brand new format of doing it this way, it would just be whoever wins this out of all 30, I guess technically has that
Rauno needs
record.
to focus on one thing, and that's winning his group.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to worry about anything else.
He's got the advantage of going out second to last after Adam Bishop and Brian Shaw. I don't know what Jaakko Schoenwinkel's deadlift is like.
Decent, but I don't think he's as good
as... But it's
as...
not going to be Rauno, Tia, or, even...
Adam.
Yeah,
Rauno and Adam are 2 of the best deadlifters for reps.
Yeah. It's going to suck for Adam because going out early, he's going to have to go flat out.
Yeah, he's got to go before Brian Shaw.
Yeah, especially with the log lift next, with that recent tricep
Adam
surgery.
needs to win that, especially with not the best result in the loading.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be hard.
Mr. Handsome is on deck.
Oh, Pavlo. So who?
Handsome Pavlo.
I become more literal during World Strongest Man. What are they saying? What's happening?
So the last athlete to go in group number 1.
Michael French, thank you for the super chat. Keep the groups for TV purposes, top 10 advance. Yeah, I mean, that is one way of doing it, but it kind of defeats the purpose of, I guess the only purpose at this point is to make TV shows out of it.
It's all TV shows.
Yeah.
Why do you think they throw a spanner in the works with some of these groups? It gets us all talking.
Yeah, I guess.
And it gets us all riled up and we're watching and paying attention to it.
Gets me riled up. I hope I've been forgiven for my ranting last night. Oh dear. Bobby's looked a lot stronger than Tom. And we would expect that, to be fair.
Bobby's deadlift is really good right now.
Yeah, he's
really good.
In really good shape for deadlift.
His log is really good right now as well.
Good.
Pavlo coming up next.
Here we go.
Come on, let's see what Pavlo can do. He's at the bar. Exciting.
Oh.
So this is, on paper, Pavlo's worst event. The other events in this group are incredible for him.
He could win the last 3 events in the group.
He's won the loading, fastest time out of everyone.
If he could just not come last here, he'll make it much easier for himself to win the overall group. But we will see.
If he falters, this is good for Bobby.
Yes. Yeah, very good for Bobby.
So I am torn between
obviously
a friend
Pavlo
and a client and a friend.
Yeah. Hugh Phillips, thank you for the super chat. Could Matej not get into the stone off after a poor result in loading? And I imagine what would be a poor result to follow in the deadlift.
It's possible. I think he's just got to fight. Who knows?
Yeah.
So much can happen.
Like historically, Matej has always been incredible on log. I know it's not as it used to be, but he did still lift the 195 at the Arnolds, which will be more than some of those guys can lift on a log. the Conans we'd expect to be very good for him, and throw-in should be decent too. So it's definitely not off the table yet. It's not over until it's over. Yeah, Yako's max comp deadlift is 385
someone said Tom
kilo.
isn't sandbagging, he just missed. And yeah, I think that's a fair comment.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Tom can't afford
Pavlo
to...
got 5. So he would have tied on points.
That's good for him.
That would be 2 points for each of those bottom guys. Is that right?
So
it's
6
2
guys,
points.
yeah.
6 points.
6, 5. Oh, so Bobby gets 6 points.
Good for
5,
Bobby.
4. Who tied with Tom on?
Janasha. Yeah.
So they get 4.5 points each. Oh, is it populated already?
No.
Okay. They'll get 4.5 points each, and then 3, 2, 1, 5, 6.
So good start. Great start for Bobby. Good start for
each,
Tom and Pavlo. Those 3 are stretching away from the rest right now.
Yeah.
In that group. So interesting. Group 1 turning out to be.
We'll get the
kind of, we expect those 3 to be dominating that first event, first group.
Yeah.
Group 1.
Definitely.
What's 3D strength saying?
Where is he? There we go.
There.
If Bobby is grinding the 7th, you know it's heavy. Oh, there we go.
It's clearly, I don't think we're going to see too many people repping this 7th deadlift out.
No, it's going to be interesting. But we also don't want too many split points either. So
no. It's like last time I did the deadlift machine, they timed each lift.
They always used to. They did always used to. It was split times.
I know they said they didn't, but they did. Just
did
go
they
back
say
and watch.
They didn't?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I know they did because I've done it before.
Mm.
So it's interesting the way things change sometimes.
Yeah.
Got another new member. Thank you very much for becoming a member.
Chaos Theory, thank you for becoming a member.
Who wants to know the overalls for group number 1 so far?
Me. Has it been organised properly yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So after 2 events, Bobby Thompson is in the lead with 10 points. Tom Stoltman is second with 9.5 points. Pavlo Cordiaca is third with 8 points. Konstantin Janasha only half a point behind on 7.5. Power Dwyer on 4, and Eddie Williams is on 3 points.
Interesting.
So
those split points are going to mess things up for people.
What do you think after 2 events then?
Don't like the split points.
Come on. They're still...
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is perfect for Bobby.
Perfect for Bobby. That's what Bobby needed.
Yeah, especially with the log lift later today.
I really feel Bobby needs to try and win the log as well.
I think Bobby and Pavlo will be 1 and 2 in no particular order.
Let's remember, Tom won the log ladder in the final a few years ago.
I know, but...
So all 3 of them could potentially finish this.
I feel like he's up against stiff competition in this event, in his group.
Well, yeah, I agree, but I wouldn't count him out is all I'm saying.
No.
We know he's good and he's fast. But for me, Bobby is a supreme log lifter, and Pavlo is just proven. He's just done a very similar loading log ladder at Europe's Strongest Man, which he won. And then we've got the Conan's wheel tomorrow, the kettlebell toss, and the stone off. So there are lots to fight for.
Yeah, lots.
Group 1 shaping up how we'd expect it to, I think.
Yeah, after 2 events, yeah. How does World's Strongest Man determine the order athletes do the first final event in? Is it random?
The first final event. So normally in the past, this isn't always, the World's Strongest Man have the luxury that they can do it any way they like.
Yeah.
But normally, if you kind of look at the past, they do the winners of each group go second.
Yeah.
And the winners of the stone off go first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's normal, like it's not always, but normally the first event of the final is 5 at one time. And they'll have the second place athletes go first, and then the winners of each group go second. That's not always the case, but it has been many times.
Bizum said those splits were perfect for Bobby. To be fair, they were, and they could end up being perfect for Rauno as well.
Well, Rauno's in a different group. We'll think about...
Yeah, but if he wins the deadlift in his group
but he's got Adam.
He has got Adam, but he gets to go after Adam. So...
Which might mean he needs to do an extra rep.
Yeah, but at least he'll know what he needs to do, you know?
I think let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I know, but I'm thinking 3 events ahead.
You always are.
I'm well ahead. Dale, thank you for the super chat. As always, Loz and Liz are the glue that holds Strongman together. Thank you. Oh, that's very sweet. Dale. Thank you. We just sit here and chat to you guys. I don't know about glue, but we've got another YouTube channel member. Thank you so much. So Bobby versus Pavlo in the log ladder. The window's actually open.
No, it's closed.
Oh, okay. Bobby versus Pablo in the log ladder. Is it? Do we know if it's head to head a race? It must be for the log ladder.
I don't know if I'm honest, but hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. Hold on. We'll know based off of how long it's expected to last. Bear with me. It is supposed to last. Goodness me. Log ladder, 4:50 p.m. until 6:30.
So
that would be
should
head
be
to head.
Yeah,
2 at a time.
Looks like 2 at a time for sure.
Good thing is there's not much in the way of reloading and resetting and stuff like that on in log.
One group in, one person has managed to do all the deadlifts. Who else do we think can do all of them? I think Alexei Novikov can do them all. I think Hooper can do them all.
Rauno, Adam. Brian?
I don't think Brian does them all.
Do you not? Trey. Oh, I don't know.
Trey could.
Yeah, Trey. Are we missing anyone obvious? Oh, possibly
Maybe,
Evan. Possibly.
I think if it was for speed, it would suit Evan more.
Again, though, with Evan getting to go last in his group, he's got that advantage. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what some of these guys do. That's given us a good idea of how hard it is. It's hard.
Ryan then super checked his question. His first finals event order determined by heat places. Okay. Yeah, we do think so, but it's not really set in stone, is it? It's just this is the order.
Yeah.
But you can sort of figure it out. We'll pay closer attention this year. Can you see Bobby pushing for the max log and deadlift world record in the future? Where do you think his max is at the moment?
Yeah, I can. Right now, we decided together that we need to focus on him being a good all-round athlete. So we brought his body weight down a little bit to focus on him being fitter and just being well-rounded whilst maintaining that top-end strength. And he's really done a good job of that.
Yeah.
I think if he wants to focus on the log and deadlift records, it's potentially something we can look at, but we'd have to push probably body weight up a little bit, and it's a lot more high risk in terms of, we got to look at risk versus reward. And at the moment, I think it's more important that Bobby tries to win big competitions.
So I was laughing at some of the comments. Loz trying to keep Liz in line is great. It's not an easy job, is it?
It's not.
But, yeah.
No one can do it.
No one can do it.
I tried.
Loz is
it's a losing battle.
The only man brave enough to try. We are following the Strongman archives, but we do have people sending us results as well, which is why we're getting them through fairly snappy.
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, nothing yet. So between each group, then they need to film, because remember, these are individual TV shows. So then they'll need to film
a little bit of TV stuff now. They'll do an interview with the winner of the group.
Yeah.
They may do an interview with someone on the next group as part of the next show. So yeah, between each group, you have a little bit of downtime. But it looks like they're getting through fairly quickly. So
yeah, that was promising. I was a bit worried about the
Bobby's
reload.
bigging me up, which is lovely.
Oh, is he? Yeah. That's really nice.
Bob, for those watching, dealing with Bobby and dealing with Mitch, completely different.
Yeah. Who's the easiest to deal with?
Bobby's the better in terms of he listens.
Yeah.
Like Mitch listens as well. And like, if we're at a competition, if I kind of, if probably sounds weird to say this, but I've told Mitch to only do a certain amount of reps before. I've said to make sure you do a hook grip on things before. If I tell him to do something at a comp, he'll always listen. He's like, no, you say it, then it goes. But sometimes in training, he'll go off and do his own thing. Bobby is just, he listens perfectly. He does exactly what we're supposed to do. But at competition, I can still, like with Mitch, I'll joke about.
Yeah.
With Mitch, it's just literally distract him from the comp, give him something else to think of.
Yeah.
Couple of minutes before you kind of focus on what you need to do. Bobby, you just leave him. You kind of like let him be Bobby Thompson. And he's a bit of an animal inside. He's like, he needs that. Don't go talk to Bobby. Me and Mitch, if you're a fan, you can come and approach us. Bobby, you let him get on with stuff. You talk to Bobby after. Bobby. Once you get after, Bobby's lovely. But when he's prepping,
he doesn't like distractions.
He wants to be focused on what he's doing. And it's just the different personalities that people have.
It's so interesting, though, because they're all different. And sort of navigating your way around it, you have to know and not,
It's when I coach people, it takes a little while. I'm sure if 3D Strength is kind of watching, he'll probably say the same. The longer you're with an athlete, the more you learn about them, and you kind of start to figure out what works for them in terms of training, but also the mental side as well. And it does, having that reputation of developing a relationship with people is important. That's why I kind of like it when athletes are loyal to their coaches.
Yeah.
I see some coaches, or someone has one bad result and people are saying, oh, they should change coach. But I like it when athletes are, no, I'm happy with my coach. It was my fault. I've got to do this. And, you know, you go away and try and address it. And as an athlete who's done every single comp there is out there, and I've placed everything from first to last in comps, it doesn't always go to plan. But you've got to kind of have that confidence that you've got the right people around you, and you go forward and keep getting better and learn from the mistakes when they happen.
David, thank you so much for the super chat. I like split points. In too many events, people get big points over others for doing very marginally better. I see in this event, though, I wouldn't say doing an extra rep at 30, 40 kilos heavier is marginal. I agree with you for something like a loading race, though, where it's, you know, a split second difference.
Loading races, well,
and a big points difference.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, there's arguments to and against, I guess, for and against, not to and against. Sorry, this is what happens when I try and do lots of things. What happened to
Jerry Pritchett? Is he retired? No, he's not retired. He's just he's had some injuries and stuff, but he still plans on competing.
Did you do that
before?
Oh, okay, yes, of course.
Pritchett was with me doing the commentating at the Arnolds.
Yeah,
it was really good, actually. It was really good working with him, but he is back training hard, and I think he wants to still give it one more shot at the top level.
Bobby just gave you a nice shout out, Lars, from Shade 89. That's really nice, isn't it? How lovely.
Really nice.
There we go. I hope Rono gives me one after the deadlift.
Just like that. Another one of my athletes is out. Faddy's up.
Oh, there we go. Faddy, I read Faddy is on deck. I thought he collapsed. I was like, oh no, what's happened? I realized that they mean the lifting platform. Oh, my nerves are shot. Oh dear.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional.
Oh,
that's very nice.
Loz is you guys won't know. Loz is a bit of a crier. You might see tears this World's Strongest Man.
I'm more emotional when I'm coaching than when it's with myself.
Yeah. That's why I used to be such an emotional wreck, bursting into tears. Loz is an absolute legend of a coach and athlete from Brighton.
I am trying to keep on top of my normal day-to-day clients as well this week, but I might be a bit slower. So if you guys are watching, just forgive me this week. But obviously, the guys at Worlds are priority right now.
If you are coached by Lars, you know he's usually super fast. So you know that Lars's version of slow.
We're not sleeping, so we are kind of making sure work is done.
What have we got here? Layla, thank you for the super chat. How is the location of Worlds determined? Would love to see it abroad so others can compete. Also, Uncle Loz and Auntie Liz for World's Strongest Man 2024 commentators. So it's organised with the tourism board, and places will pay for World's Strongest Man to come when World's Strongest Man say, look what we'll do for the economy. And also because they do that sort of those segments, don't they? This is Sacramento and we have an abandoned railway track or whatever that was. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So they sort of sell themselves to the places, and the highest bidder gets it, I guess. So it means there's the potential for World's Strongest Man to pop up anywhere in the world, as we've seen. But yeah, it has been stuck in America a bit. But I do think a lot of that for the last few years was due to COVID and it just being easier because IMG is in America. So, but we would like to see it move around more again.
Definitely. Someone enjoyed me and Mr. Pritchett doing the commentating, which is really nice. 3D Strength agreeing with me.
A lot of people really enjoyed you and Brian at the Rogue Invitational as well last year.
Absolutely, mate. It is teamwork, and you know as well as anyone, it's an emotional wreck as we sit back here and watch these guys do their thing.
It's so hard.
3D Strength was two of his guys out at World's Strongest Man, and it sucks that we can't be there with them. But yeah, we're emotionally supporting each other.
Apparently, the Titus Lallis in the chat somewhere. There he is.
There he is. There's another legend of the strongman world.
Couldn't find the points for Pablo on the deadlift. If no one's told you already,
Pablo
he got
five reps. So 3 of the guys got 5, so they're all tied on 2 points.
Yeah, there's no split time on deadlift this year. So we've got 3 tied on 2 points, 2 tied on 4.5, and then Bobby with 6 points.
Yeah, so you had Bobby Thompson did all 7, Tom and Janasha did 6, and everyone else in the group did 5.
Any news on Faddy?
Not yet. Faddy's at the bar. Deadlift bar, not.
Yeah. He's not led out on the deck and he's not drinking at the bar. Got it.
Ah, that's sweet.
Loz is a great coach. He messaged me the other day as I have comp on Sunday, asking how I'm feeling for it, and I'm only a novice, and he literally has ATH. Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing he hit
Literally
enter
has
2.
athletes, probably at Worlds, whatever.
Yeah.
Get back to the gym, you bum.
It's people excited to see Lallis in the chat, and we are caught up. That's very good for us, isn't it?
Apparently, Colin's going to speed things up from here.
What was Colin going to do?
Do you remember 2014 when he sped Mark Felix?
2015, that was, yeah, shouting at poor old Mark Felix.
Poor old Mark Felix.
Yeah.
Back in 2015, he was still poor old Mark Felix.
Yeah. I've never seen.
Okay, Faddy's got 4, which looking at the results from Group 1 doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Faddy in his first World's Strongest Man, we've got lots of work to do, but he's going to gain huge experience from this. And hopefully next time we don't have to deal with him being on a fast before World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
I really want that.
Yeah.
But like Faddy contacted me only 5 weeks ago, and I said to him the minute he messaged me, I said, look, I'm happy to help you, but we're not really going to make any huge progress till after World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
So I believe there's a lot of potential there with Faddy. If you watch any of the prediction videos, you'll see I've never once said Paddy's going to make the Faddy's going to make the. I was talking to Paddy earlier, different Paddy. Faddy, I don't expect him to be making the final this year, but I do think he's got a lot of potential in the future. Very big guy, needs a lot of technical work and a little bit more work in the gym, but he's got that natural ability that you see in people sometimes.
Shade 89. Pavlo stopped at 5 but got it easily. Not sure why he settled for 4th. Definitely seemed planned.
According to people I've been watching, they said he kind of got the 5 but it went down and had to do it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So,
okay. Maybe it took quite a lot out of him.
Yeah, maybe he felt like if he went for another one, it's going to take too much out of him. And he's got to consider he's got some very good events coming. Yeah. So you need to save that energy and think strategically at times, which is what he did at Europe's. He kind of held back a bit on the deadlift at Europe's.
How do people get coached by you, Laz?
Just head over to my website. But I'll say this. If you're going to sign up next week, just because this week is mental.
Yeah, this would be a bad onboarding week, wouldn't it? But yeah, www.laurenceshahlaei.co.uk for those unaware. Don't worry, we've got Mama Shahlaei in the house who's been helping us out very kindly with the
Gav
children.
Is on deck.
Big Gav on deck. What do you reckon Gav can pull on this? Would anyone be offended if I eat my wrap?
I won't be, but I think he can
We'll find out.
I think Gav can get 6. Maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope. Gav's deadlift's improved a lot. And just obviously he had that little issue at Europe's.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't bother him.
Yeah.
That's the only real concern. Let's wait and see. Gav is up.
Oh no, my chicken fell out.
Oh no, Liz's food is all over the place. But anyway, Gav is coming up next. We will hopefully get the results for Gav very soon.
Sorry, guys. I would never normally eat on camera, but all I've had today is some overnight oats and some chicken.
Yeah.
You're in charge.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Iron Bibby pulled out with a bicep issue. This man will be nervous right now with his athlete up. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Log ladder. What time's the log ladder later?
The log ladder is due to start
7:30 UK time. No,
late 10 to 10 UK time, so 9:50. I would not be surprised though if it ends up being delayed a bit because of the delay starting the deadlift.
Yeah,
we'll see though. We'll see.
So Gav up next, and then we should have Luke Stoltman. Yeah, Gav, then Luke, then Tom, then Christian Howardson, and then Alexei Novikov.
We're going to have to call him Thomas so people know we're not talking about Tom Stoltman.
Thomas!
And then we can do that.
Liz Mukbang.
Yes. Who's here for it? Oh, God, I hate stuff like that. I think it's so disgusting.
Yeah, but now you've got people watching you eat. You disgusting person.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, please apologise. I'll apologise for my wife.
Your disgusting wife.
My disgusting wife.
Her chicken wrap. Not Loz's Not
what is it, Liz? It looks good.
It's a wrap. It's got chicken, lettuce, some dressing. It's all right. It's warm. It's nice.
5. So 5 for Gav by the looks of things.
Okay. What did Faddy get? 4.
4.
Interesting. What do you reckon Luke will get? Is he next?
I think Luke can
he
get
is next.
5, I think. Yeah.
Go sausage Gav.
Go sausage Gav. Sure, still lots of Brian Shaw fans. There's so many people excited to see Brian competing at his last World's Strongest Man. So 5 for Gav and 4 for Faddy so far, group number 2. Luke Stoltman is up next.
Do we like Tom?
Yes, do you guys like Tom? Yes.
We got very well.
I like Tom
and
very much. I think he's incredible. And, you know, seeing what Tom's done for autism and stuff like that is so cool.
For autism?
Well, you know, like the awareness. You know, he brings a lot of awareness. Your son is autistic, so you know, don't be there taking the mic.
That's why I'm allowed.
Yeah, Tom is incredible. I genuinely would like to see Tom focus on some other shows. That's just as a fan. But Tom's got to do what Tom's got to do. And if he feels this is the best approach, then that's up to him. But from my personal view, I'd like to see him maybe try and win the Arnolds or the Rogue or something like that. But Tom has proven he's amazing. 2-time World's Strongest Man winner. And when you spend time with Tom, he's a good dude.
Mitch Hooper has been on fire since World's Strongest Man last year. How do you feel about having a potential World's Strongest Man in your client list? Thank you for the super chat.
It's an honor to be coaching someone like Mitch, but I treat everyone the same in terms of I look at what they do and I don't ever... Athletes send me video. I don't really care what they're lifting. My main goal is to figure out how I can get them better. I was explaining this to someone the other day. So, you never... I don't give that much great praise when people send me stuff because that's not my job. My job is to try and get you better. That's all I'm looking for, is ways to help you improve. Obviously, with a lot of my clients become very good friends, and Mitch is no exception to that. We're very good friends now. But yeah, having a potential World's Strongest Man winner, he's just won the Arnolds. He's been on podiums in every show he's done. Mitch is a freak of nature. Incredibly talented guy. It's a privilege that he chose me to help him on his journey. And if I can help in some small way, then it's an amazing feeling.
Loz did burn his chicken, and then he had to redo some chicken, didn't you? But this is not Loz's burnt chicken.
I just had turkey in the end.
Oh, did you?
I had turkey and egg, like a muffin.
Leg?
A turkey and egg.
Oh, sorry.
Muffin, not muffin.
Bagel?
Thins. You know the
Thins. Yeah, Warburton's Thins.
Luke is up. What's he gonna do?
Did Loz do a Tom and Jerry thing? Yes, he did.
Thomas?
Seems like a hard implement.
The deadlift ladder is a weird one because it varies every year in terms of how hard it is. Some years it can be quite easy. Other years it's really hard. I've done the squat there a number of times. The last time I did the squat, it was so easy. It was like the lightest squat I've ever done. Back in 2008, it was heavy as I was the only person to finish it in 2008. It was super heavy. And then last year, I did an extra rep because I messed up that first one, but it was just light.
Yeah. It's like, is there even any weight on it? Bouncing up and down, accidentally repping it.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Send these results. We want to know. How is Luke doing on the deadlift? It's an event he's had to work hard at. Luke got 5. How many did I say you get?
You said 5.
There we go. Luke Stoltman with 5 reps.
There we go.
So that's solid for Luke.
A few people predicted 5 for Luke.
Yeah, I think most of us are sort of pretty knowledgeable in this chat right now.
Yeah.
There's some smart Strongman fans.
The great thing is, and I credit a lot of this to the Strongman archives, like we've got that resource now.
Absolutely.
And we can deep dive. Oh, do you know what? I just need to make sure that I haven't got food in my teeth.
Yeah,
because I absolutely cannot be on a live stream of 4,000 people and lettuce on my teeth.
That's why we love you, Auntie Liz. Thank you for the super chat, Annie. The world needs the big sexy Pa to win World's Strongest Man. Okay, I'm not sure that's going to happen this year, but you can live in hope. Thank you very much for the super chat. What else have we got? Some people predicting 3 reps. Here we go. What have we got here? Kempton. Should under 105 World's Strongest Man be invited to Giants World's Strongest Man Opens? If they're good enough, Perhaps, but I think they need to go and compete in open shows that will qualify for them. I don't necessarily think they should be invited just for winning an under 105 show. I do believe there's some fantastic under 105s out there. Andrew Clayton, is it Andrew Clayton?
Andrew Clayton, who won
Clash. He could make a very good. Well, he's just a very good strongman.
He's already done a heavyweight at some point.
And I think he wants to now step up. The one thing that's hard, it's a big step up. Being good as an under 105, you can peak and do well in one show. But if you are competing at the big shows back to back, we almost always see the under 105 start just breaking, because just their physical structure can't compete with that consistent performance at the top level. They can do one show well, and then it starts to get hard. And when you think about the Giants Live, when you've got the best guys competing week in, week out, you're against the likes of Evan Singleton, Novikov, Stoltman, whoever, Mitch Hooper, that's when it gets really difficult.
Yeah.
But as a one-off show, yes, if they're good enough, and it doesn't really matter about weight, it's being good enough at the end of the day.
Where was the comment that you were just clicked on? Okay. Just addressing this one here. Alf Davis, how does World's Strongest Man select their groups? Is it random? Oh, we've heard so much about how it's selected that we're to a point where we don't know. we just don't know. I think it's a balance between not having athletes from too many countries in the same group, from the same country in the same group, having different storylines. So, for example, you wouldn't want Brian and Mark in the same group because they've got their stories this year being the last guys, so they can have that across two groups rather than in one. There's lots of things that go into it. Obviously, you want to be spreading the talent at the same time. You don't want the same athletes.
It's a hard
to
job.
go
Like we did our group selection video.
Yeah, and I thought we did an excellent job.
We did, and World's Strongest Man saw it and should have copied it, but they didn't.
Opening themselves up to our criticism. What's this? Keltoy, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Loz. Does your coaching come with meal plans?
Soon it will be.
It'll be
probably within the next few weeks, actually. But just to be totally open and honest with people, I've employed a nutritionist to work for me. So yeah, we are in the process of adding that to our packages.
There we go. Thomas Evans needs to step up. I've forgotten everything that we learned about all the athletes during our Meet the Athlete series. How's Thomas's deadlift?
It's improving. Actually, it's not super strong, but it's improving.
It's decent. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Like, it's very good. We're just talking about being at World's Strongest Man. So Tom has got 5 as well. So that's kind of where
Tom got 5 as well. So that's 3 tied on 5.
5 for Gav, 5 for Luke, 5 for Thomas.
Interesting. Who's left to go? We've got Alexi, obviously. Who else?
Alexi and Christian.
Christian. This will be interesting.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
How's everyone finding the results? We are getting them from people.
Strongman archives, and we've got a few people messaging us.
Yeah.
So last at Iceland's Strongest Man last year, Christian Howardson pulled 360 kilos, which was good enough for tied second place.
Oh, was that a max deadlift?
Yes. And Paul Loganson got 370 kilos for the win. So really, at this level, that's not amazing.
No.
I'm around that level myself right now.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to be doing the deadlift at Worlds, would you? John, thank you for the super chat. Loz, I think you're exceedingly nice. Maybe some all caps for corrections. Exceedingly nice. Like
thank you very much. I think I should kind of go and bake now. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate this. Appreciate all the super chats, guys. Appreciate all of you that have liked, subscribed to the channel. Let's have a quick look at what we're up to in terms of subscribers, because this week is the week that helps our channel grow the most. So we really appreciate all the support you've given us. We are at 133,315 subscribers. If you are not a subscriber of the channel, please consider doing so if you enjoy what we do, and please give the video a like. Thank you so much to all of you.
Carlos, thank you for the super chat. Love this community. It's so cool for someone like me because I don't know anyone in real life that likes strongman. Cheers from Portugal. And yeah, I think a lot of strongman fans find themselves in the same boat. It's not like football where so many people
everyone's talking about
in the
football
UK anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the nice thing for all of us actually having like a community that we can come to and
absolutely
not really watch together, but wait together. Hence the wait parties.
Christian is on deck.
Christian on deck. Oh yeah, Christian came second to Alexi in the loading race.
Yes,
he didn't win
Alexi
it. Yeah,
won
sorry.
the loading. So I'd expect Christian to lose a few points on this one.
Ron Chop pointing out something. This is great for Novikov. He can just do 6 for the win. Yeah.
Very nice for Novikov.
Assuming he wouldn't be disqualified for not trying. I'm sure that's not what they meant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will be feeling confident, and we will see if he is very much just saving energy for the final and he just comes and does enough. But 6 for him would be lovely because he's probably capable of 7.
Yeah.
And it's nice to save energy where you can.
Absolutely. Group 2 is deadlifting right now, which is Alexei Novikov's group.
The Tom there just asking, were the figure of 8s also deadlift disallowed for safety reasons? Safety is one of the reasons, and also people kind of sliding the bar down into their fingertips. You kind of didn't have to hold the bar at all.
Yeah.
With, the figure of 8s.
It just gave too much, didn't it?
Yes.
Andreas, thank you for becoming a channel member.
Thank you to everyone that's become a member. And who did you say was gifting memberships?
Rick, I think it was.
Thank you so much. That's so kind. And Christian got 4. So no surprise there.
So he tied with Faddy then.
Tied with Faddy. And then we've got the rest on 5. So Novikov needs 6 to take the win.
Big Loz was the first strongman I ever saw as a child.
Wow.
It scared me, to be honest.
Was that when I was hitting myself with a stick or
you
something
like that? Steam coming off your head, didn't there?
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I watch back, because there wasn't, social media wasn't such a thing then. You literally, all you saw was me before an event, and I was pretty intimidating, I think.
You didn't have much of an online
presence. But if you knew who I was,
you
kind of knew that wasn't me. It was just literally before an event.
Yeah.
Auntie Liz is more scary than me.
Oh, it's so unfair.
Are you?
No,
okay.
I'm lovely. Your mic heard that fart. Did you fart?
No, my phone dragged along the I'd probably proudly announce if I farted.
Yeah, and I would tell you if you had. You'd see it on my face. LMUSMT, thank you for the super chat. If you could, every strongman champ in their prime night right now, who wins this World's Strongest Man? All right, so if every winner in their prime.
It's such a hard question to answer because there's so many great strongmen, but probably Brian or Thor.
Yeah,
with these events.
Yeah,
I think that would be a fair assessment. If we're talking absolute best in their absolute prime with these events, yeah, I'd say Brian or Thor.
Sharon has just found this channel. Does anyone know how Thomas Evans did, Lozzie?
He just did 5 reps, so I can give you the results. Well, not the full results because we've got Novikov to come.
Let's wait for Novikov and then we'll go through the full results for that group in between groups.
Thank you, Mama S.
There we go. Lovely cup of tea.
Bring us a lovely cup of coffee for me.
In our Liz and Log
mugs, which you can get a hold of these on our website, can't you?
Yes, you can. Ching ching.
If you're sad like us.
Alan, thank you for the super chat. Do Sandler and Bryce make all decisions or no?
Darren Sadler, not Sandler. No, they don't. They when it comes to Giants Live, yes. So Darren and Colin run Giants Live. World's Strongest Man or IMG employ Darren and Colin
to run their competition for them, the actual event,
as advisors and stuff like that. But there is a board at IMG that make all the final decisions.
Yeah, nothing gets past them basically. Yeah. So everything has to be.
I'm not sure the exact amount of people, but there's about 5 to 6, something like that. It might be more.
Like that.
But yeah, no. Colin gets a lot of kind of grief, and it's not always justified.
No, but he doesn't defend himself either.
But he never does. He probably should. And why don't you tell people the truth when people have kind of been saying things about? He just keeps quiet, gets on with stuff.
Yeah, not a big social media person, is he?
But yeah, they advise. They kind of like Darren is good at getting stuff done. If you want a venue or you want kind of something done quickly, you'll ask Darren Sattler.
Yeah.
He's the man that can get stuff done.
Colin's great at organising the TV stuff.
Yeah, but
But
he's great at organising the TV stuff at Giants Live. The World's
Yeah.
Strongest Man is a bit different.
Yeah, they've got their own TV.
Yeah. So we don't know all the ins and outs either. There's so much that goes on that even going from athlete to kind of commentator, you learn about the different sides of things. It's easy to just think of your focus from an athlete point of view, but then it can be a completely different look from a production point of view. So you need to know about all the different relevant issues that are potentially ahead. Anyway, Novikov is up, so let's see how he does. I'm going to guess 6 reps.
And on deck,
how many reps do you guys think Novikov gets?
6, because he doesn't need to do more than that, and I don't see him getting less than that. Jimmy, thank you for the super chat. Tom, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Jimmy.
Luke and Tom's videos of their rooms at the hotel. Do the athletes have to pay and book their flights and hotels, or do they get all that paid to go out with their partners? Yeah, that's all paid for. So they pay for the athlete, not the partners. But the hotel room is paid for. Upgrades are paid for by the athletes. So, and flight upgrades would have to be paid for by the athletes also. But all your basic necessities are taken care of. Thank you for the super chat. How difficult would it be for World's Strongest Man to film the events in groups but still do overall standings? Format change for finals anyway. It would prevent coasting if certain people dominate their groups. So like they split it off with the TV, but then the top 10 out of the 30 are the ones that go through.
Would be a bit confusing when you're watching a group and some guys come second or first in his group, but they're not in the final.
Yeah, and hard to then
almost pointless to do as well. You either get rid of the groups completely and just have everyone compete against each other and do a cut. I like the way OSG do it. So basically they do a cut down to 10 athletes and they remove the people's points as if it was a full comp. So say you place first when there's 30 athletes, but you placed, I don't know, 15th on an event when there was 30. And then they remove like the overall, so there's just the top 10. Your position, you don't keep that 15 points. You're then bumped up to however many people have been removed. So as if it was the same competition from the start. It's quite a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
So you've got to just keep trying all the time. 6 for Alexi.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. So Alexi wins the deadlift in his group.
Pretty much what we expected to happen.
Have the points been updated yet?
Not yet, but I will.
Let's do a couple of super chats while we're waiting for that. Lozzie, what do you consider Big Z's prime? 2009? I'd say like 2012, 13.
I'd say from 2000 and... When did he win his first IFSA?
Oh, that was
2007, 2006?
Yeah.
I'd say from 2006 to about 2014. Zadrunas was unbelievable between that period.
Yeah.
He was very, very good. Obviously, Brian Shaw was in there as well. Was very, very good. Those two took Strongman to another level.
If they make World's Strongest Man in December, they could live stream it in Christmas. Even if they didn't live stream, we could get it much quicker. I've thought about this before.
Well, I'll tell you something odd is that they'll show World's Strongest Man in America in the summer, and they show World's Strongest Man in the UK in December.
Yeah.
Which is odd.
Yeah, we've got a long old wait.
Yes. So Alexei got 6 and walked off. Looked easy, apparently.
Cool. That's good.
So he is coasting that group right now. Alexei Novikov on 12 points. Thomas Evans in second place on 8 points. Luke Stoltman just behind on 7 points. Christian Haraldson on 6.5. Gav Bilton on 6 and Fadi El Masri on 2.5 points. So pretty close between Gav and Thomas Evans at the moment. 2 points between 4 athletes.
The 4 athletes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thomas Evans
that
is on
is
8.
close.
Luke is on 7. Christian Haraldson just half a point behind on 6.5. Gav Bilton on 6. Still lots to fight for there.
How many reps do you think Brian will do on the deadlift?
I think 6. I think Brian's going to do 6.
Okay. Do you think 6 will be good enough for third place in his group? He's got Bishan Rauno in his group. Problem is, he doesn't want to do unnecessary extra reps.
I don't think he can beat Bishan Rauno.
Without beating them, I think, and still only come third.
I think he'll make sure he beats Gabriel Ram and Kevin Ferris.
Yeah.
Adam Bishop also goes before him.
He can't do anything about Jaco Schoenwinkel, but by the sounds of Jaco's best in competition, Brian 6 from Brian would beat that.
Yeah,
probably. But who knows?
We'll see.
we will see, because I didn't expect Jaco to win the loading race, and here we are. That was a very, very good result.
Yeah.
Paris, thank you for the super chat. All deadlifts should have time reps to prevent splits. Well,
do you know what? If it was just reps, so it was a set weight for reps, I'd say no. The fact that it's got the jumps, a 15 kilo jump at a time is actually quite a big jump on reps. So, you know, you're asking people to jump up a lot to get another rep. Whereas sometimes just if it was stuck at the same weight, an athlete might be able to squeeze out that one extra rep.
Yeah.
So say an athlete can get 6 easily, but 7's really hard.
Yeah.
Or one athlete might like get the 6 really, really hard. But if both failed that 7, but one was really easy and one was really hard, it's still the same points. Whereas if it was the same weight for reps from the start, where you find the one that got the easy 6 rep might still get a 7th rep, is what I'm probably saying or trying to say.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
How many of these guys fly coach? Most of them.
These days, most top guys have a coach.
No. They fly coach, so they fly economy class.
Yeah, I think most Brian would have 100% gone upper class as well. First class.
Yeah, but because it's just a
the Stoltmans would have gone upper class.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the athletes in sort of premium.
Yeah, like a premium economy. Sort of. Athor flew business class. Athor and his missus.
I think he would have upgraded himself.
Yeah.
We would have upgraded. But when I was competing, I never upgraded. I always went just coach.
Yeah. And I've just got a lot of air miles to spend, which is a nice place to be.
Right. Yeah. No, I
George makes a good point about split times on the deadlift when the barrel load time is inconsistent, and we have seen that.
That's something that's kind of been brought up.
Yeah.
Be interesting seeing though the results in the deadlift in the final compared to on this.
Yeah.
It will be interesting.
Did you go through the overall standings for that group?
I did.
You did, yeah. Yeah, so
as it stands...
Is she asleep?
She's on her tablet.
That's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
She's got this really
That's fine, don't worry.
So yeah, we went through because we were saying how close Thomas Evans to Gav Bilton is.
Yeah.
It's very, very close. So group number 3 is going to be interesting. We've got Hicksey, Kilishkovsky. Hicksey will be out first, then Kilishkovsky, then Spencer Remick, Matt Ragg, Schmuck Stellis, and Nick Trooper.
Andy has super chatted. His comment is detached from his super chat, but we will read it anyway. Thank you so much. If social media was as ubiquitous 20 years ago as it is today, which athletes do you think would have had the biggest followings?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. 20 years ago.
When was 20 years ago?
I think Mariusz Pudzianowski would have had a big following.
Although I don't think he would have been very good at social media.
Well, no one had social media back then, so it's hard to say, really, isn't it?
I guess.
Well, like going back even further, someone like Jean-Paul Sigmarsson.
Yeah, he would have been great.
He would have been great.
Yeah.
You know, real character.
Magnus Bear as well.
Magnus, you know.
It's hard because it's not just talent, is it? It's a lot of its personality.
Yeah. I mean, some people with the more popular social media are not necessarily the best athletes.
No. And vice versa. A lot of the best athletes don't have the biggest social media channels. They're just sort of quietly getting on with it in the background.
Absolutely. It's obviously like back then, there was no real way of making money from the sport, whereas now there is more opportunities for athletes. The sport has grown. Social media has helped that massively. You know, people can make a living from doing strongman now, whereas back then you had to just compete all the time and maybe be lucky to, if you were really one of the best guys, you might get some sponsorship, but sponsorship was very small. Like I had a few sponsors, but they were paying like a few £100 a month.
Yeah. They weren't paying the bills, were they?
No, nothing that was paying the bills. And Zadrunas did well for himself, but Zadrunas competed a lot and won a lot of prize money. And you just had to be smart. Whereas now you can compete twice a year, earn some decent money, get some good sponsors, and focus on your brand, if you like, and kind of make a living from it. So it's in a very different phase of growth of the sport. And there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see the sport growing as much as it is and athletes able to make a living from it.
Cole, thank you for the super chat. Do you think they should do the wild cards like 2014 when the top 2 point scorers who don't automatically qualify?
I think it would be a good way to keep people trying.
I really liked that year. And
maybe let the 2 highest, say we went to like the top, placings of everyone in the group.
Yeah, go to the top 30
because we might get to the point where one guy in one group, if it was everyone against everyone, could have been 8th or 7th.
Yeah. We saw it last year. Pablo Cordiaca was the highest scoring who didn't make the final just because his group was so tough, and he ended up in the stone off with Maxime. So there you go. Did Glenn Ross ever make a dent in World's Strongest Man? It's before my time.
Glenn Ross got very close to making the final once.
Yeah.
He just missed out on an Atlas Stone run, actually.
Yeah.
Against Reagan Vagadal from the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, but because he lifted all 5 stones, he thought he'd got through, but he lost out. They were tied for points and he lost out on countback.
Yeah.
And he was distraught, wasn't he? Thinking
with a new rule, he would have got through.
Yeah, he would have. The last event rule. There you go. I always prefer countback though. Stephen, thank you for the super chat. Loz's group in 2010 had crazy level of squatters. Who was in your group? Nick Best, you.
Zadrunas. Did we have? Was that the year we had?
That was in Sun City.
I can't remember now. Was that the year I had Benedict as well in my group?
No, that was 15 in Malaysia.
There we go.
Casey Bomber, thank you for the super chat. How come Rogue Invitational can release videos by the weekend? It's impossible nowadays to avoid spoilers, especially when I follow half the contenders on YouTube. Easily biggest thing holding back the sport. Yeah, the problem is no live stream. This is what they're saying. No live stream will pay nearly as much as the TV channels do. But it's a bugbear of everyone who loves the sport. We all want to see it straight away. Like we have to wait until Christmas.
There we go. It was Zadrunas, Nick Best, Louis-Philippe Jean, Warwick Brandt, and Agris Kazelniks. And Zadrunas did 11 reps. I did 11 reps. Nick Best did 10 reps. Warwick Brandt did 10 reps. Agris Kazelniks did 10 reps. And Louis-Philippe Jean did 7 reps. That is a hell of a squat group.
That is a good squat group, yeah. What's the chat?
I forget.
You forget what? I don't watch that one back. She didn't make the final.
That was 340 kilos for reps. 345 kilos for reps.
Was that the big globes?
No, that was the cake. It was when it was just a set weight on the
frame. Yeah. But yes, that's why World's Strongest Man, because they get paid a lot for the exclusive rights for it to go on to CBS. Yeah.
Yeah, TV rights just pays way more than people think in terms of how much they could make from live stream, etc.
And it's the most expensive competition to run as well, with the most athletes, 30, most equipment, events, everything else, etc.
Yeah.
Some random, thank you for the super chat. Do you think if they had the top 2 of every group, then all that finished 3rd battled it out on an event to make up another 2 spots, and they'd have 12 instead of 10? I would prefer that to a stone off. Like have a stone off between those guys, or like a last man standing or something.
That'd be interesting.
Between 3rd place guys rather than the top 2 guys.
That would be quite interesting, I think.
I would like that. Yeah.
That would make things, it keep people fighting as well.
Hixie's
coming up soon. He is the first one in group number 3.
Okay, good. Does a strongman fit in an economy seat?
Not very badly.
Not well at all.
Some of I've had some terrible flights before. Really, no lie.
So have I, sitting next
went
to him.
and sat in the toilet for a few hours because it was that bad on one flight.
That's bad when you prefer to sit on a low.
I had normally you can lift the aisle seat. There's like a little button that you can press that lets the armrest come up.
Yeah.
But this one was kind of slightly low and it was stuck right into my leg. It was just agony. And I had a rather large gentleman next to me, and I just had enough. And I went and sat in the toilet for 2 hours.
Lovely. Did you have your meal in there?
No.
Johnny, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Loz. Liz, Loz, was always impressed you kept composure with the interview after you tore your lat at Europe's. Must have been brutal.
Yeah, it wasn't the nicest. But, one thing I've learned doing strongman is you are putting your body at risk. And I've managed to understand that you can come back from injuries. There are going to be setbacks. I've had a number. But it kind of made coming back from a lot of those injuries made me a better coach. It made me a better athlete because I had to put more time into learning about things, how to avoid these things, how to get better technique, how to train better. So in the end, as much as it sucked, I try to always, as much as I can, focus on the positive. Auntie Liz is a big factor of that because she's a very positive person, and I never used to be quite honest. But there's always people worse off. I'm very lucky to train some incredible disabled athletes, and when you see what they do, they can't do things textbook wise,
No.
but they don't complain either, and they just get on with it. They work hard.
Find
And
a
I love
way.
that. So yeah, you can always overcome these things, and I think that's what I tried to do over the years. Just keep working hard, keep picking myself up, and eventually I won some huge titles.
James asking if you need tickets for the Dinny Stone gathering in August.
Do you know what we'll
Donald
do?
Dinny
We
Day.
will talk to the organisers and do maybe a video on that because it's
Yeah.
going to be fun to go up there.
Yeah,
and
I
we'll
don't
kind of-
think you do. I think you can just rock up, but we will
don't know
double
for
check.
sure,
We don't want to
so
say
you don't
for
want to say
sure.
that, and then
No. Yeah.
they're not happy about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's this lot? Where all these people come from? No, we will find out.
Hicksy is at the bar.
Oh, okay. What do you reckon for Hicksy?
Oh, God knows. Hicksy could do them all if he's focused.
Yeah.
He's strong enough to.
Yeah.
Come on, Hicksy. Show us what you can do.
He needs a big performance here to put him anywhere
Yes.
near contention after coming last on the loading. We know he's capable of it. It's hard to watch.
7.
7 for Hicksy.
He got all
There we
7.
go. So he
Nearly got
7.
8.
Oh,
Apparently
really?
he got like it halfway up, apparently.
Okay. That's good.
Wow.
7 for
There we
Hicks. There we
go.
go. That's
That's
so-
more like it.
What group is this?
3.
Oh, this is oh God, this is group 3. Oh no, not group 3. Oh, I have nightmares about group 3.
Group
I only
3.
found out about it yesterday.
Hicksy needed that.
He
Hicksy,
did.
static monster, very, very strong. That's a good performance for Hicksy.
Mm.
Now, interesting to see what Kilishkovsky's going to do.
Is he next?
He's next.
Who else is in that
Honestly,
group?
I
Spencer,
think
Matt
if he can
Rag,
do 4, it would be
Ivers,
good.
and Mitch. Yeah, 4 would be good.
And
Yeah.
I don't think that gets him anything more than 1 point.
No. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, do you save yourself? But no, you can't, can you? Like, you
Not
have to
allowed.
try. Yeah, you're not allowed to get disqualified, apparently. Oh, what a nightmare.
Just give him-
Harold, how
Oh,
can I
sorry.
watch World's
Oh.
Strongest Man? That's okay. From Norway. I tried watching World's Strongest Man 2022 on Channel 5, but I need a British IP
So,
address.
Yeah, Sven Carlson used to be in charge of the TV production
I don't
for.
know that you can get it in those countries at all.
No,
anymore.
what I'm saying is
Yeah.
Sven Carlson he used to kind of come and do the TV for Norway. I know
Yeah,
that's not the
Norwegian
case anymore.
TV.
Get a VPN.
Yeah.
Get a VPN
Yeah.
so you can watch the British version.
If you're looking around about Christmas time on the Strongman subreddit, I know they all share which VPNs are working for them in different parts of the world, so it's worth checking out there. But yeah, we totally understand your frustration because it sucks. There we go. Mama Loz appreciation comment. There we go. Making the tea.
She's
Very
looking
good.
after us.
She is. Someone has to, and our children.
All right.
You
Hicksy
know?
with 7. Hicksy, great start there.
Yeah, really strong.
We've only seen one other person do 7. That was Bobby Thompson. So Hicksy, absolute beast. Finally doing what we know he's capable of.
Yeah.
He frustrates me. I'm very good friends with Hicksy. Love him to bits. Sometimes he doesn't do what he can. Nice to see him perform there. His deadlift is monstrous. Remember when we went up and trained with him?
Oh yeah.
Pulling like
And Mark
5,
Felix
like,
was there as
pulling
well.
like 1,000 pounds on an axle.
Yeah. He's
Just
so
mental.
good. Yeah. Ryan, thank you for becoming a member. When Rana makes the final, can we please get a t-shirt with his happy face on it? Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
The celebration t-shirt. Oh, Sean, I can see you did a super chat, but your comment is not attached to it. We will keep an eye out for you. And Neil, thank you for the super chat. Can Brian win World's Strongest Man in his last year? We think he can. We don't think he will.
Yeah.
But we think it's going to be
He's
a
a
really good
contender.
battle at the top. Yeah. We think there's about 5 guys in contention, don't we? 5 guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think we'll know more after these heats.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to say at this point in the
Yeah.
competition, one event in, because you have to see.
There's
not
so
just
many things that can
training.
happen.
Yeah,
You know, there's lots and lots. You know, once the heats are over, then we'll really know.
Yeah.
So Hicks went for that 8th rep, just couldn't quite do it.
Okay.
Fair play to him for
Yeah,
going for it.
that's good.
Kilishkovsky is at the bar.
Holy moly.
Don't think this is going to go well.
How good is your memory, Liz? I can recall random facts and stats, but I can't find my keys or know where I put my phone or anything that matters
sounds about right.
in the moment. Yeah.
That definitely sounds like you.
Oh, dear.
Someone said World's Strongest Man should do a $50 pay-per-view. I'd pay it.
Yeah, but we've seen though, even like Rogue or the Arnolds, when it's a free stream, there's only about 5,000 people watching. So how much does that go down by if you charge them $50? You know,
Yeah,
it's the problem. And how much does it devalue the content sold to CBS Channel 5 if it's no longer exclusive? We don't know because we're not TV execs or that way minded at all, are we? But
we've always said we'd love it to be live on TV or as near to live as possible.
Yeah, and we'd pay a lot, to be fair, but
we like to support the sport.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we buy all the streams, don't we? All the streams of the comps we don't go to.
I bought Mitch's merch, and he was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
We don't know. We do like to put.
We try and support, all the athletes as much as we can, and try and kind of promote various different weight classes, the women's, the under 105s, under 80s, under 90s. But World's Strongest Man is where it's at, and this is our week to grow the channel as much as we can. So thank you for everyone that's watching.
Canada Goose, thank you for the super chat. Actual accomplishments aside, who is the most genetically gifted for Mateusz? Okay.
Kind of expected.
Yeah.
I'm getting good at these.
Yeah, you are. We'll see how far that gets him.
4 is not enough to get any points.
We knew this was going to be a bad event, though. Who's the most genetically gifted strength athlete you've seen, Lozzie?
There's a number of, like Brian Shaw is genetically very gifted. Thor Bjornsson, Terry Hollands is very gifted. Hooper's gifted. Kilishkovsky, he's having a bad year right now. Well, bad competition so far, but he's very gifted. There's other athletes that I don't think are so gifted, but extremely hardworking. So still great genetics in terms of the average person.
Yeah.
But I would put those that I mentioned on a level above the average person. Bibby's a freak. Can't seem to figure out how to get it to click to be a good all-round strongman, but he is a freak of nature for sure. Why Pavlo? That guy is, that's just not normal.
No, he's
that's just not normal,
especially when you consider how young he is still as well. Yeah.
There was a guy called Dominic Filio from Canada. He was freaky. There's a lot in strongman. Louis Philippe Jean, you never met him, but that man was freaky. Like the hands on him just were ridiculous. Thick joints and just powerful. But sometimes it's not enough. You need more than that to be a great athlete. And that's why guys like Thor, like Brian, are so good. They are genetic freaks that then apply that hard work as well.
Yeah.
And they're incredible.
Marco, thank you for the super chat. How does the deadlift count work? Are the reps being posted the amount done after the 7th weight?
No. So the very first rep, that's 290 kilos, counts as one. So it's 290, 305, 320, 335, 350.
I don't know.
Something
384,
like
something like that.
Yeah. And then that's the top weight, the 384, 385. And if they can, then it would be, if they got a double with the 385, it would be 8 reps. If they got a triple, it would be 9 reps.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening.
No.
Spencer Remick is up next.
Let's see what he can do. Did something happen that the title says postponed? This event ended up starting late, the deadlift for reps, because apparently the loading took a lot out of the guys. It was really
just
hard
took a bit longer than they were expected.
Yeah. So
loading on sand is brutal. For anyone that's never done it before, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I don't like sand. Just walking on sand's horrible. Ethan, thank you for the super chat. How do you guys think Prime the Titus would do now?
The Titus Lalas was a very, very good strongman. These aren't bad events for him.
No, not terrible.
I don't think the fingers would have been the best event for him. But he was very good at dumbbell. He's very good deadlifter. Truck pull wasn't amazing. Stones were decent. What else? Throwing he was surprisingly good at. Really good thrower.
Yeah.
Solid on things like Conan's.
He's a good explosive athlete, wasn't he?
Yeah. Like he was an amazing squatter. I know there's no squat in this, but he was just powerful.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
was
great
solid.
strongman, winner of the Arnold, second place at World's Strongest Man.
He suffered a bit at the tall man events, like the year he lost it in 2012.
Power
They
stairs,
had the
wasn't it?
power stairs. Yeah.
But he's a beast. And, you know, if you don't watch his channel, I quite enjoy watching him because he's a bit like me, old school, kind of doesn't talk any nonsense. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's he was a great strongman.
Mm. Would you entertain the idea of doing an actual watch party sometime when the show does come on TV, especially in Yeah, we would
If there
definitely
is
do that.
interest, why not?
Yeah.
If people want us to, then sure.
No tickets needed for the gathering from a man who would know,
There we
Levi,
go.
who's up in the Highlands.
Levi
There you go.
knows.
Thank you, Levi. I knew someone would be around. Diego Thunderhawk, thank you for the super chat.
Sorry to interrupt you. It
That's
looks
okay.
like Spencer Remick got 5.
Okay. Who else has gone? Luke got 5?
No. Luke's in
Oh, we're in a
group.
different group now.
Are you
aren't
all right
we?
there, Lizzie?
I don't know.
Hicksy's
No.
on 7.
Hicksy 7, Mateusz 4,
4.
Spencer 5.
Yes.
Right, there we go. I don't know what group I'm in, what day it is. I hate making the guys do the extra event stone off because they go into the finals so much more fatigued. Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Especially for the guys who have to do like 10 reps to get through.
It's a huge disadvantage having to do, you know, if you're in a battle on those stones, terrible.
Yeah, especially considering, you know, your group may have been tougher overall anyway, so you had to do that much more just to get into a stone off. It's not balanced. Yeah.
Katie Durrant, thank you for messaging. Is there any chance you could meet us at the Shore Classic this year?
If we're at the Shore Classic this year.
If we're at the Shore Classic, sure. I don't think we will be, though.
No, because when is that? August?
Yeah, Brian hasn't spoken to us about going, so I don't think we'll be there.
No, we've got a lot on in August as well.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
We've got a fair few events coming up.
Yeah. So we will be in America 2 more times this year, though, for the Rogue Invitational in October, I think that will be, and then OSG first weekend of December.
Yeah.
It's moved both time and location.
3D Strength happy with Hicksy's deadlifting, and so he should be. It was good.
He doesn't. Does he coach Hicksy?
Not yet.
Does he deadlift Hicksy?
But I think
Is he going to be?
Well, I don't know if I can say anything on it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, cybernetic strongman torn between wanting Mateusz to make it to the finals and wanting Brian to have the best shot of winning. These are the things we end up torn about.
An in-shape Kilishkovsky on that dumbbell would have been exciting to see. The chances of seeing it are becoming less, though.
Yeah. Rano, I pull 13 on this fucking machine. Rano just needs to concentrate on beating the guys before him. If he does anything more, in fact, we should message him. If he does anything more, then that would be stupid. Yeah. He knows. I've already told him, don't put your belt on too tight. No mistakes. But this slow format is good for Rano because, like, at a giant slide, it's so fast in between events.
He's dying.
Yeah, and then he hasn't had time to get ready, and he panics a little bit sometimes, and that's where he's more inclined to make mistakes. But he'll be happy after that.
Matt Ragg's up next. Matt's
this will be interesting to see what Matt can do.
I reckon he gets 6.
Okay, interesting. We will see. Daniel, I'm going to say 7. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Never thought watching a British couple reading spreadsheets would become one of my favorite hobbies. Greetings from Germany.
Thank you for joining us, Daniel. What a world we're in.
Never thought it would be a thing that we would do.
Bizarre, 4th year of doing this.
I know, 4 years, and people are still coming back. 4,464 on a Wednesday. It is, 7 p.m. here in the UK.
Guys, remember to subscribe to the channel. We're nearly at 391.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see if we can get that to 500.
Apparently, Windscribe is a good free VPN that should get you on the Channel 5 website. Alejandro, thank you for the super chat.
That's a great name.
Stone over, I like saying it, Alejandro. A stone over shoulder instead of Atlas stones. The trophy is a strongman with the world over its shoulders. Go Brian Shaw and Americans.
I think the trophy is actually Atlas, the Greek god.
Yeah,
holding up the world.
Yeah, behind him. Yeah,
but yes, the original strongman, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'd like to see more stone to shoulder events because it's a totally different variation of stone lifting, isn't it? It's Bobby was good at that at the Arnold with that natural stone.
Not bad.
Loz, will Mitch go for the win or save some energy from Brunchopped?
I think it depends how
much
what
you'd
he
have
will
to do
consider
to.
his closest opposition does.
Yeah.
I think he will feel confident that Hicksy won't be able to catch him. So I don't think he'll mind placing behind Hicksy. But I think he'll definitely want to beat Matt Rag and Ivers.
Yeah, agreed.
That's my...
Yeah.
Woof!
Oh,
It looks like Rag got all 7.
what did I say?
Nice. That's good.
See, that is very good. Now,
7 for Matt. Now this...
he's got to be thinking of 8 now.
Now look at this. You got one group here that's already got 2 guys that have pulled all 7.
Yeah.
One group that didn't get anyone pulling 7.
Group 2, yeah. Alexi didn't need to pull 7.
No, he
did
didn't. That's fair.
I think he could have. Could have. Does anyone else read instructions in Loz's voice?
Only me.
Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. I'm 44, just getting into strength training. I know I will never be an elite level strength athlete. Is it possible for me to become better than average?
Absolutely.
Maybe even be able to throw around a logical weight.
Yes, absolutely it is.
Look at who's your client, Michael.
Michael, yeah, Michael. I've set Michael a goal of trying to get to the Masters over 50s World Strong Championships in OSG. He's got a few years to go to get there, but it's a goal. And this is a great thing with Strongman now. There's so many different classes and opportunities for us to enjoy what we're doing and get better. And if you haven't got that wear and tear on your body and lots of injuries, then you can certainly keep pushing and get better.
Yeah. And
like for someone like myself, I can never be as good as I was because I've already had 20 odd years destroying my body, competing at the very, very top level. So I've set myself a target of trying to get within 90% of my best, and I will be damn happy if I can do that.
Yeah.
But if you haven't had all that wear and tear and those injuries, then and you're starting from a beginner's point, you can get really good.
Yeah.
You know, I could still be good enough to compete at a reasonably high level if I pushed it. But I could never get back to my best. And that's why I don't want to be a pro. I want to enjoy the other aspects of life and just enjoy my training. But if you're completely new to Strongman, if you're in your 40s, you can still get good. You can still improve. You know, nutrition is so much better. Coaching is so much better. Injury prevention is better. There's more opportunities to compete in these different shows. You don't have to just jump under a 400 kilo yoke and get crushed. Everything's loadable. You can have fun with it. And just like playing Sunday league football, you can have fun and just try and get a little bit better. You can push it as hard as you want. You can do it for just a recreational bit of fun. It doesn't all have to be pro Strongman.
Jorian, is that? Thank you for the super chat. We pay for you guys to watch pay-per-view streams. That sounds perfect to me. It's a weird one with Welsh.
It's
very
strange.
odd. Every time someone is at the bar, I think of darts, says Rob.
Yeah, 180.
I love playing darts and you.
I did.
We're quite far behind on comments now.
So
They're still on.
Catch up some.
Yeah, just trying to.
7 for Matt. That was impressive.
That's very impressive. Good for him.
Matt Rag surprising everyone.
A lot of people
for the Matt
aren't
Rag fans.
surprised. Yeah, I was going to say, Matt Rag fans aren't surprised. They know what he's capable of. We will see. Very good stone lifter as well. So
the hoop is going to have to do at least 7.
Could end up being Ivers and Matt Rag in a stone off. Who knows? John, thank you for the super chat. Who do you think had the most raw natural talent from World's Strongest Man winners? My vote is for Big
Raw
Don
natural
Reinhardt
talent, I'd say Thor or Brian. Brute strength, like Don Reinhardt was a beast. Powerlifting world champion, just crazy power. I've been trying so hard to get hold of Don Reinhardt.
We nearly had him. We nearly had him on Talking Strongman, and then he was like,
he's less technical than me.
He's like, we're really struggling to figure out this link. Could we do it over the phone? And we were like,
do you know what would be cool is to go and see him in person.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Guys, keep helping us grow this channel so we can get out to the States and go and see Don. These are things we'd love to do. I want to go and see Yuko Ahla as well.
Yeah, that would
because
be
there's been talks with Yuko, but he's a bit old-fashioned, doesn't like kind of streaming and stuff like that.
Want to go to Magnus Samuelson's farm as well, and you could do some arm wrestling with him
and training in the gym
and grip stuff. Cole, thank you for the super chat. Do you think if Mateusz doesn't get back to his best and doesn't win worlds in the next 5 to 6 years, it's a long time, could he be considered like OD, one of the strongest to not win? Yeah,
absolutely. He's already he's got to be considered one of the best never to win, but now it's getting worrying.
Yeah, because each year it does get harder. But you know, he's
I think
still a
year,
young man. What is he, 29?
This year it's important that he just
28.
competes and gains some confidence. I thought we saw him at the Arnolds, and you can tell he wasn't at his best, but he still came second at the Arnolds.
Yeah.
So you kind of think, okay, he's still dangerous.
It's like deadlift is done. That's the
These are
worst
the
event
well,
done. And there was a fumble on the log.
Yeah, loading, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I've seen everyone mess up.
He could still do
sometimes.
very, very, very well on the next 3 events. So we will see. It's not over till it's over.
No, he's just made it hard for himself.
Yeah. Leon, thank you for the super chat. Do you think World's Strongest Man would entertain a deal similar to the NFL with Amazon Prime to live stream with ads to make up revenue?
Maybe.
Definitely. Like, we know that there's a lot coming in the future.
5 for Ivers.
Oh, interesting. Who does that tie him with?
That
Come on, Ozzy.
is tied with no one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, Spencer. Spencer.
I'm very-
Yeah, Spencer.
Okay, so what have we got in this group? 4
So
for Mateus.
4 for Mateus, 5 for Spencer, 5
And
for Ivers,
Ivers.
7 for Hicksey and Matt Rag. I'm going to say it now. Mitch is going to do 8.
Okay. He kind of has to, doesn't he?
He's got no other option.
Oh, Alex Lungo, Jack and I are smashing legs at the moment. We love you.
Have a good session, boys.
2 of Loz's children. Some rando, thank you for the super chat. Thor, Big Z, Shaw, Hall, Puds, all in their prime. Who wins the most over all the big comps? Also, how would you, Loz, and maybe Liz, go at Rogue? Me.
It depends what the events were at Rogue. They're different every year.
Yeah.
I would say it's really hard. I mean, my greatest of all time is Adrenus because he competed in everything. He won everything. He broke ridiculous amount of records. Even the events he wasn't necessarily good at, when he had to be, he was good at them.
Yeah. Found a way.
And I just love that he just competed so often. There wasn't like, oh, I'm going to peak for this show. He just, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
To be able to do that over such a long career, to have your body withstand that much punishment is incredible. For me, I think Z, Shaw, and Thor are a level above Hall and Pudzianowski. Although that's probably doing Pudzianowski a disservice. Pudzianowski was incredible as a 5-time world's strongest man winner. No one can take that away from him.
Eddie has
he wasn't quite as good all round in different types of comps.
Yeah, like at the Arnolds as an example.
Yeah.
Eddie has a legitimate claim of being like statically the strongest person who ever lived, but he wasn't the best strongman like them.
No, and I think Eddie and Big Z have that claim.
Yeah.
But Big Z did it over such a long period of time.
And won so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, and I think Eddie would probably say the same. I think Eddie would put Zadrunas as probably the best of all time. Otherwise, maybe
he'd say Brian.
Yeah. Well, no, I've seen him say Z as well before.
He?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think Thor in 2017 is the best strongman I've ever seen for 1 year. I'd say Brian and Zadrunas are better over a longer period of time.
Right, we'll try and catch up. Brady, thank you for the super chat. My favorite part of strongman is the camaraderie and good sportsmanship. Why do you think strongman is so much better than other sports?
Because it's small and niche.
Yeah. And also, it's not really you against the other guys, is it? It's you against the weight more than anything. And I think because it's such an extreme sport, they're the guys put themselves up. Oh goodness, where the guys that go through a lot, like they understand each other very well and what it takes to be at that level. It's okay. I love this. Hater XXX. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream, guys. It helps the channel get out to more people. And I love it because Hater XXX is full of nothing but love.
Yes, we love Hater XXX. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, and thank you to everyone that is subscribing to the channel, liking, becoming members, super chatting. This week for us is without question the busiest week of our channel.
Of our year.
Can Mitch get 8?
Can he, Lozzie?
Yes.
Okay.
Does he need to?
Yes.
Maybe not, but
he should.
I think he's going to want to.
Yeah.
I think he'll want to work hard today and make tomorrow easier.
Yeah. Robson, thank you for the super chat. World's Strongest Man could live stream the event and also produce a show like Netflix Drive to Survive for the Christmas broadcasting, in my opinion.
Something like that would be really cool.
We think like going the next Netflix route would be perfect for World's Strongest Man and really help grow the sport, like helping it reach new and bigger audiences. So we would love to see that. And we definitely think it's something that they could do. And hopefully it's something they're considering.
Sorry,
That's all right. I know you're distracted now. Go Ivers from NA Rushton. Sorry, did you do 8? Yeah, he did. Oh, you didn't swear this time. You're going to bloody hit me. I was like, come on then. You want to fight?
Yeah,
I'll
buddy.
give it my best shot. 8 for Mitch Hooper. There we go. 2 event wins.
And fast.
I wonder how Tom's prediction's holding up. But still early. 2 events in. 3 to go. If you don't have to do a stone off, 3 to go. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Met Big Loz in St Albans a few years ago. Still got the selfie. Keep up the good work, both of you. Would love to see Brian bow out with a win, but Tom might have something to say about that. Thank you for the super chat, Michael.
Tom is a problem for Brian, I'm sure.
They're all a
They're
problem
all
for each
problem.
other.
Yeah, there's so many great guys. I'm very happy.
Yeah, Loz is happy now. Now we just need to get
Mitch
through group
and
4.
Bobby both won the deadlift.
Yeah, that's really
and
good.
now we just need Rauno to do
Yeah.
well. And I don't coach Rauno, Liz does.
Yeah. Lou, thank you for becoming a member. Team Liz over Team Loz. Strong wooden designs. Thank you for the super chat. Atlas was a titan in Greek mythology. Most notably, he was Zeus's most enemy in the Titan. What the fuck does that say? Titanic. He holds up the earth as punishment by Zeus.
That's right.
There you go. There you are.
And Zeus condemned him to hold up the earth.
Little history lesson for those that didn't know.
Greek mythology lesson.
Oh, okay. I got a 5-year-old into being a Strongman fan. He loves Mitchell Hooper.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mitchell is very child friendly. He's got that sort of sing-songy.
Mitch absolutely adores our daughter, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he hasn't met her yet, so
They've
she is
spoken on FaceTime and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're going to finally meet at the Strongman Classic at the Royal Albert Hall in July, and then Ashley and Mitch are going to spend a few days with us, which will be really nice actually. Just do some chilled out things with them, because usually when we see them, it's all a big rush, isn't it? Oh, my eyes watering. So Rauno is already a part of Team Loz without being coached. No, Rauno's in my team and self-nominated. People might think, oh, Liz is trying to claim him, but he volunteered, didn't he? He's like, fuck Team Loz, I'm Team Liz.
Yeah, well, Rauno is a very good friend of ours. Well, tell me, so I don't ignore everyone. Yeah, like Rauno's funny because he's a genuinely really nice person, very loyal to his friends, but comes across a little bit grumpy. But he just, he's such a kind-hearted person, and we're so glad that we've become friends with him, and just helped him get back into some of the big competitions because he deserves to, and he's proven it. He is a great athlete. So what have we got here? Where's Auntie Liz gone? Moose. Everyone's happy with Moose getting 8 reps. How much would we have to pay Rauno to let you coach him?
Rauno's uncoachable. You can't coach Rauno.
Do you know what would be funnier? Rauno putting Liz through a deadlift session. That would be funny.
I don't want Rauno putting me through anything.
That would be quite funny.
Sadistic, horrible person. I remember you guys trying to do This Is Snatch Grip Deadlifts. That was
I'm having to do snatch grip deadlifts every session at the moment.
Loz is following the plan from the new Deadlift Bible by Rauno, which will be out on sale very soon. Definitely either the early hours of this morning or tomorrow.
Josh Hall, can Loz do more pull-ups than Liz can do push-ups? No. Can I do more pull-ups?
No, I can easily do 10 push-ups. Maybe 20.
Yeah, before I tore my biceps, I could do more pull-ups.
Yeah.
I don't tend to do them now just because...
I could do push-ups.
Go on, then.
What, now? I'm not degrading myself for you and your entertainment.
I want to see you prove it.
I can do push-ups.
Well, I think we'll have a challenge.
No, I can do push-ups. Don't you worry about me and my push-ups. Worry about Loz's pull-ups.
Pull-ups are easier now. I'm lighter.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I tried to put a deadlift suit on yesterday.
Fell off,
the other day. Yeah, it was just like putting my jammies on. Not that I wear jammies.
Matej last in his group right now. Did you do a...
I'm just texting Mitch.
I'm just going to very quickly text Rauno before he goes up. Sorry, guys.
Right. I will go through... Oh, what's Ben going? Don't forget, if you want to get to World's OSG Euro qualifiers are open, could you be the next Pavlo Trey, Spencer Yako, or even Andrea Thompson? Absolutely. The European OSG, great opportunity for European athletes that haven't been able to get over to the States. And as you can see, the top 3 from Worlds, all at World's Strongest Man and all doing amazing, proving that they are that level.
Rauno could be all 7 of the 7 dwarfs. He could, couldn't he? That's That's a theme we should
That is
explore a
funny.
little bit more.
Right, group number 3. Whew.
So we're just going through the overall standings. Go on,
Overall
Otto.
standings then. Mitch Hooper, 12 points, maximum points after 2 events. Matthew Ragg, second place, 8.5 points. Ivor Schmaukstler, 7.5 points. Hicksey pulled himself up to 4th with 5.5 points. Spencer Remick also on 5.5 points. Mateusz Kiliashkovsky on 3 points.
That's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It is.
But there's a lot to play for still. There's still 18 points up for
Log
grabs.
ladder, Conan's wheel, kettlebell toss, and stone off. And he's not that far away from 3rd place. So
No,
he's
Mitch is in a very, very comfortable position now. The split points really helped him as well, didn't they?
Mitch doing what he needed to do.
Let's hope for the same for Rauner for group 4, and then we can all sleep easier. Oh, actually, no, God, we still got log lift.
Log lift.
Log ladder. Oh my goodness.
Log lift.
David, thank you for the super chat. I think they should keep groups for TV and group winners go through, but the next 5 places should be decided by how people performed across all 30 athletes.
I genuinely like the idea of like top 2 from each group go through, but then we have a couple of spaces for
like
people
a
that
battle.
performed really hard. So you might have one group with 4 athletes that go through a group
Yeah.
if they're all that great. But I think that would be cool. But you know, there's I guess there's so many things they can try, and we know World's Strongest Man do want to make things more interesting, don't we?
Yeah. Will anyone hit 10 reps in the remaining groups? Asked Aaron. Thank you for
I
the
don't
super
think
chat.
10 reps will be done.
I don't like no one would need to. I think we could end up seeing the most lifted
I think
by
Bish and Rauno could be a real battle.
Yeah. Bish has to go at first, so he's got that disadvantage of not knowing what Brian or Rauno will do.
If Bish
with the
does go
deadlift.
and do 10 reps, which who knows, maybe he can. I don't know. That seems like a big ask.
It does seem like a big ask,
But
seeing how much people are struggling.
Is it worth it in terms of can you recover in time? I mean, he's not going to do well on the log.
No,
Maybe he has to push to win this and then just go to bed and try and recover for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there's a point where you can push too hard. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. Oh, I feel sick. Andy, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the great stream. I've been watching World's Strongest Man at Christmas since I was a kid, from the days of Jeff Capes. Glad it's getting bigger. Oh, it's so much bigger now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So much. Thanks to
thank you to everyone. We're over 400.
Yes.
I think we've had about 600 new subscribers today.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you, guys.
So we're on 133,000 subscribers, 416. If you're not a subscriber, go and subscribe. Someone said they're going to try and help us get to 150,000. That would be amazing. If we could do that by the end of World's Strongest Man,
we'd
truly.
Be well happy.
Yeah.
Happy for the rest of the year. Sean, thank you so much for the super chat. Last night I dreamed I was Brian Shaw, took a massive dump in a Portaloo at World's Strongest Man and destroyed the toilet. Don't eat ice cream before bed, folks. Oh.
Sounds like an interesting dream.
Yeah. Dream nightmare, didn't it?
And talking of interesting, this one's going to be so cool to watch.
Group 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. I was angry at Group 4 at first, and then I was like, Group 4 is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. When
you kind of think about it logically, it's a wide open group.
It is wide open. Yeah, it's interesting. S.R. Dowdy, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the coverage. You're awesome. Strody. Thank you for watching. Wow, we've been on for nearly 2 hours, but we're
having fun.
4.
This has been, this is a fun one. And Deadlift's going a little faster than I thought it might.
Actually, Liz, I just remembered you can't see stickers. You have received quite a few, but never mentioned them. No, we can't, unfortunately. We appreciate every one of you, though. It's YouTube live stream on YouTube is the one place where you can see absolutely everything, like the members' comments and the stickers, but it's the worst place to stream from in terms of the rest of the functionality. It's quite crap. We do like StreamYard because
StreamYard usually stops us missing super chats, doesn't it? Whereas if on just the normal thing, it's easier to miss them.
Just on YouTube, so it's we
gain
from it.
Nicola, just let us know if we miss things and just put hearts on like that, because that's easy to see.
Yes.
I'll pretend they're for me.
I'm sure they are deep down.
No, they'll be for you. Naomi, thank you for becoming a member. They've joined the club.
There we go. All right, we are up to date.
Good stuff.
Mr. Kilishkovsky from Poland injured. No, he's not, but he's just not in his best shape right now. He's talked about not having trained legs for a
Look
while.
who's in the chat.
Who's in the chat?
Mr. Frederick.
Oh, look, it's Fred.
Fred, how are we doing, buddy? What is happening? Did you make it to Worlds?
Hello. Finally made it at my hotel, dead on my feet, but since there is a delay, I still might make today. Oh, yes,
They're
actually, you get to
still
see the log.
they're on to group 4 now of the deadlift, and there's still the log to go. So you've got that to see. We hope you have an incredible time.
Look at all these people happy to see Fred.
Everyone loves Fred. Famous Fred, our most famous member.
Was it delayed because of the earthquake offshore? No, nothing like that. It was just slight delays in the
overran.
setup. Yeah, and the first event overrunning a little bit. But there is some bad weather predicted or forecast for Saturday. So it'd be interesting to see what the plan is there. Like literally rain from midday onwards.
Oof.
What
Oof.
events are they doing on Saturday? They've got the Fingers. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Fingers.
Then the Connect deadlift at 10:45 a.m. Then the shield carry at 2:20 p.m. Local time, obviously.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll see what they end up doing. Gazebo.
We'll see.
Pop up a gazebo.
We'll worry about that as we get closer
Yeah.
to the event.
Yeah.
see
Hopefully the
what's
weather
happening.
isn't too bad. Who's Fred? Fred is a notorious channel member. Who's this Fred? And he goes to a lot of the shows. He's a massive supporter of the sport, massive supporter of us. And he's just endeared himself to all the regulars on the channel. Scroll up for wholesome super chat, please. Was it Fred? Did we read Fred's comment? Yeah, we did. Oh, we missed one though. Here we go.
How dare you miss
Gone fishing. Sorry. No question. Just a shout out for my wife who is at work grinding to save up for having a baby.
Ah.
She was Idaho's strongest woman last year.
Oh,
and loves
amazing.
Liz. Oh, Liz or Loz. I always worry it's a typo.
I'm pretty sure it's Liz.
Sue me. Thank you so much. And good luck with the savings and the baby as well.
Yeah, best of luck. Hopefully we'll see your wife back competing at some point
Yes,
as well.
definitely. That would be really cool. Maybe at OSG one year.
Mm.
There we go. We like OSG, don't we?
New member, thank you very
Strong
much.
Wooden Designs is now a member. Thank you very
Yay.
much. Liz can't see your member chat. Repost in caps. Ronan.
Let me have a look.
Where's
I'll
Ronan?
have a look.
Yeah,
I'll have a look.
let's get on the case. There we go. I'm just going to wear my swim trunks all day on Saturday. Yeah, just to waterproof yourself. Obviously, certain events, so shield carry, you don't want to be doing in the rain.
I can't even see any members chats on here.
Oh, can't you?
Oh, we need a Fred emoji.
We
From
need
Ronan. Ronan wants
a Fred emoji.
There we
Fred,
go.
how would you feel about us making an
I
emoji
think
of your
Fred
face?
deserves to be an emoji.
I will happily make one. Fred,
Who
you
wants
will
a
need
Fred
to-
emoji for members? We can make this happen.
I've got a picture of Fred actually. We had a selfie outside
did.
Bucky's. There we go.
Fred is a myth and a legend.
Within the chats.
He is.
Some random.
When you spot him for real as well, that's like bonus points.
Fred. Yeah, it's like playing Where's Wally.
We hope Fred has an amazing time. Lovely guy, and he's been so supportive of our channel. And if you go to his channel, you can see me on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, it's his most viewed video by far.
And I was looking for that for years. I could never find it. And then Fred just found it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Fred's a good
Another
investigator.
legend of the channel is on.
Who?
Jiminy Crickets, the one and only.
Jiminy Crickets. There he is.
There he is.
Jiminy Crickets, thank you so much for the super chat. He's there in person. Comp is going great. Looks like they're getting the next group of athletes onto the deck tent now. Let's go, Team Loz. Very proud of the boys today. There we go.
Me too, mate. Me too.
Oh, it's interesting because you've got 4 athletes there, but at totally different levels, at different stages. They're all
Yeah.
so unique, aren't they?
Yeah. You've got a potential winner.
Mm.
You have certainly a potential finalist. Top. If he makes the final, he could come top 5.
Yeah, Bobby.
And then you've got 2 athletes that are still in the development stage, using it more as experience. But yeah, it's fun coaching so many different people. I love it.
I don't want to see his face. It will ruin the mystique. Fred's face. Who's worried about ruining the mystique of Fred's face? A Fredmoji. Sophie, love watching the channel. Thank you so much. Lots
Thank
of
you, Sophie.
Rauno emojis in the comment. Jiminy Crickets. It has to be the best name ever.
Jiminy Crickets.
Make everyone an emoji. Everyone is special. You're limited, and depending on how many members you have, the more members you get, the more options you have for things like emojis and stuff. So at first I could only make like 4, and then like it goes up in stages. So I am still limited, but I do have a few spare that I can use. So
Yes, indeed.
yeah. Liz, you're safe from having to marry Fred, that's for sure. What circumstance?
He needed all
would
the
I-
Americans to come top 5.
Oh yeah.
I told you there was no way that was happening.
Yeah. And you offered me up if it did.
I did, which I had no right to do, but I was just
As long
confident.
as you understand that bit. That's fine.
It was more my confidence in predictions than necessarily.
Yeah. Feeling that you had ownership
Yeah.
over me as a human being. Let's try and pronounce this one, Lassie. Auk van Dorland.
Alk van Dorland.
Hmm.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you for the super chat. What happened to Iron Bibby? My heart is broken. Oh, he's had
I believe
issues
some
with a
bicep problem. I don't know if it's
yeah.
a tear or just a strain. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, just before the first event, he ended up pulling out, and Christian Haraldson stepped in, smashed the first event, by the way. So yeah, that's just always tough when you got to step in that last minute, because you've kind of almost gone into, all right, I'm not competing.
Yeah.
And then suddenly got an opportunity. But yeah, gutted for Bibby. But I said, didn't I? I was just like, I want to see him start. I can't get excited unless he starts.
I know, yeah, until he's at that start line. Nicola, you have limited emojis, and that's the one you gave to Andrea. It's not so much an Andrea emoji. It's an emoji to show your disgust. I don't know how well you can see that, but that is the Andrea emoji, that face. It's just...
You have nicer pictures of Andrea too.
I've got nice pictures of Andrea, but I keep them for myself. GP, thank you for the super chat. I'm calling it 5 Americans in the final. Tobbit, Bobby, Thomas, Brian, Evan, and Trey making up half the finalists.
Could happen.
It
Could
could
happen.
happen. Yeah. None of them, like, no one's really completely out of contention at this point, because we're only 2 events in.
Yeah.
And everything can change on the stone off. So who knows?
Absolutely.
Who knows? Have they started yet, Lassie?
Nope,
on,
not
group
yet.
4. My lord. Richard, thank you for the super chat. 6 groups, top 2 go through, and 3rd and 4th battle for a spot in. 6 groups.
It's interesting hearing people's ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear more people's ideas of what they'd like to see going forward. It's
People using their Andrea emojis.
I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. It's difficult, isn't it? Because people like different
I
things.
think we're all just a little bit bored of the stone off, because we've had it for such a long time now.
Absolutely.
Rick Dent is apparently, it looks like, gifting memberships again. So thank you very much, Rick. That's very
Thank
kind.
you, Rick.
Yeah.
Matty says Laws, so I'm going to say Matty.
Yeah. Where are we? Dobby in the finals. Oh, just
thank you very much for what
that
you do
is
for the
very
channel,
kind.
Rick.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate it, buddy. So thank you so much.
Where can I find the results for the second round? We are looking at results on Strongman Archive. So far, obviously, everyone's done the loading, and then we've
Shall I
got
go
3
through it? Because it
groups.
looks like they're just having a quite little break.
Okay.
Just the deadlift results I'll go through. 7 reps for Bobby Thompson in group 1, 6 for Tom, 6 for Konstantin Janasha, 5 for Pavla Kordiaka, 5 for Paro Dwyer, and 5 for Eddie Williams. Group number 2, Alexei Novikov taking the win with 6 repetitions. And then we had 5 for Thomas Evans, 5 for Luke Stoltman, and 5 for Gav Bilton, with 4 for Christian Haraldson and 4 for Fadi El Masri. Group number 3, Mitch Hooper taking the win. This was a hell of a group. Mitch with the win with 8 reps. Matt Ragg and Graham Hicks both getting 7. And then Ivers and Spencer both getting 5, and Kilishkowski getting 4. So we've got 2 more groups to go with the deadlift.
Yeah. Around 32 reps. No, with the Estonian colours.
How many reps do we think? Who's next? It's going to be Kevin Ferris.
Oh, he needs a good performance after last place, but he's got some really tough competition.
I think Kevin could potentially do maybe 6. Maybe.
Okay, that would be good.
5 or 6, I would say. But I don't think he'll get 7.
What about Jaco Schoonwinkel? He's a...
Yeah, Schoonwinkel is...
We don't know. We don't know. Why do you think Mateo struggles to improve his deadlift, Lasso?
Well, many reasons. Firstly, he's coming back from a torn lat. Secondly, I think he tries to deadlift like Brian and Eddie, and his physique isn't built to deadlift like that. He needs to hinge more through his hips, a bit more like an Adam Bishop type deadlifter, or someone like Martins, perhaps. Martins is kind of in between, I'd say. But it's figuring out the best way for you rather than necessarily just watching the guy that lifts the most. But he wasn't a bad deadlifter. He got it up to 420 at some point, but then he's just had a lot of injuries that have then suddenly held him back, and then the confidence thing becomes an issue, and it starts getting in your head. So it's very difficult. It's not like sometimes people are built better for certain lifts, and it's not like he thinks, oh, I need to improve my deadlift. What can I do to make it get better? Sometimes it just takes time, and sometimes you'll never be the best deadlifter. It can be the reason he's so good at some other events. So you just got to kind of try and keep steadily improving rather than necessarily force things.
Lots of people giving predictions for deadlift, thinking anywhere between 4, 5, 6 for Kevin. People predicting 7 for Brian. And then we've got a chat here from Alfredo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Liz and Loz, I'm an aspiring exercise scientist / coach. What is the best way to get involved in Strongman? Hi from Texas. One for you, Darcy.
Getting involved in Strongman is just finding a Strongman gym is the best way, or kind of going online, finding people. Texas is a huge Strongman kind of state. There's a lot of Strongmen from Texas.
Rogue is based there, isn't it?
Yeah, Rogue is there. Go and see Jan Todd.
Jan Todd's there,
especially if you're into like the history and the science and that kind of side of things. Brilliant place to go see. But yeah, if you get a chance to come to Rogue in October, I definitely recommend you do that. You'll meet a lot of like-minded people. Get on, just following the strength community in Texas, because there's so many good athletes and so many places that are good to train for Strongman. So lots of opportunities in Texas, definitely.
Schoonwinkel is one of the best names I've ever heard. I just
really
want to say
is.
it all day. It's a joy to say,
Schoonwinkel,
actually.
He did 8 reps on the deadlift at OSG. Spencer did 10. Matt Ragg did 11.
Interesting. So he's the weaker of the 3 from OSG on the deadlift. Okay. All right. So I reckon then, who else is in this group? Kevin. It could be Schoonwinkel and Kevin tied, or Kevin above Schoonwinkel. I'm just going to keep saying it. Schoonwinkel. And then who else is in that group? Gabriel Rayom. What's his deadlift like? I've forgotten everything we've learned about these guys. I'll wait patiently.
So how he did in the final last year. He came last in the final last year.
Okay. All right. Okay. So maybe Gabriel Rayom, Jakob Schoonwinkel with tied with Kevin above. Then I would say Brian, then Bish, then Rauno. What do you reckon?
I think Brian third, and I think Rauno and Bish either tied or one of them squeezing out the win.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Geordie, thank you so much for the super chat. I would pay for the privilege of watching a World's Strongest Man stream, but since they don't stream it, he's giving it to us.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, I think you deserve it more for all the work.
Kevin Ferris did 5. Sorry to interrupt you.
Greetings from Barcelona. Thank you so much. Geordie, do you think
Thank you, Geordie.
Thank you. 5 for Kevin.
For Ferris.
Okay, that's kind of what
we thought.
Yeah, no surprises there.
No, not going to be enough.
No, definitely not in that group. Who's next?
Next we have Gabriel Rayom.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So I think probably 5 for Gabriel as well.
Yeah. If there's a lot of ties down there, then that would be good for Brian, because it means it doesn't matter so much if Bish and Rauno beat him if he stretches away the guys behind him.
All Brian needs to do
is get into the stone off. Yeah.
That's what he.
But he doesn't want to be in a stone off
No.
for Bish or
Rauno.
No.
He'll have to work.
Bish repped out 10 reps. Jakob Schoonwinkel stone's not so good. So if he was going to be in a stone off with anyone, he'd probably want to be against him. I don't know.
The thing is, you don't want to be in a tough stone off. Last year, he got quite lucky that Bobby was, I don't know, had a malfunction with a tacky or something. So he only had to do, was it 1 rep, or didn't he?
He
didn't even
didn't
have to
do
do
the
a
one
rep.
rep. No,
He didn't even have to do a rep.
no, he
he?
did
Oh,
because he
did
was
one.
in the third place disadvantage.
Yes.
So he
Yes.
put the
Okay.
stone over. Bobby couldn't return it.
Someone's saying I'm looking healthy and jacked still. Thank you very much.
I'm going to call him Rhino Schoonwinkel.
Rhino. Got a few rhinos now.
How's Brian doing? So he placed third on the first event, which was the loading race, and
Yeah.
his group is about to start on
He's
the
already
deadlift.
started.
Oh,
Kevin
yeah,
Ferris
what
has
we're
been.
saying. Kevin Ferris has been already. Someone asked what time our live stream is going to start for the log. We're scheduled to go at 10, which is
We
5
will
p.m.
try and find out what time.
Yeah, if
If
it
it's
gets
delayed at all,
postponed,
we'll
we'll
probably start a bit
postpone.
later.
Yeah, definitely, because we don't want like earlier where we get in on time, we find out there's a delay.
But we will be back
stop.
just before it kicks off.
Yeah, we'll just find out when it's.
Gabriel Realm is ready.
Oh, here we go. Brian will probably get 7 reps, maybe 8 if he goes. Oh, I think that's a big ask considering the injuries he's had on deadlift and how it's affected that lift for him. Who knows though? I don't think he'll feel the need to do that many. I don't know. Let's see what Bish does first because Brian gets to go after Bish.
Yeah, that's
So
him.
that will influence Brian's decision on what he will think in his head he needs to do because they're not all going balls to the wall on every single event.
Do you know one thing that is advantageous to Brian? Brian never trains with figure of eights.
Yeah.
He's used to, he doesn't allow them in his own comp.
Rauno doesn't train with them
no,
either.
So I think that suits both of them. Interesting. Let's see what Rayam can do.
Liz, my wife, is watching from work and appreciated the shout out, but she's mad that you assumed it's a typo when people send love your way.
I told you, Liz. Everyone loves Lizzie.
No,
everybody loves Liz.
Loz isn't like a known word in most dictionaries, so it will often
we do
autocorrect
get
to Liz.
People message us,
asking me really obscure training question. I'm like,
but I was quite confident that one was for you.
Yeah. Most women prefer me to Loz.
Thank you.
Wow. I know, it's so sad. Someone here saying, don't be fooled by Kilishkovsky in last place. And we've said this, there's still 3 events where he could pick up very good points. So it's
not all over. We knew the deadlift would be bad. The loading, sometimes people mess up. It looks like he really had a bad one. But loading is one of those events that anyone can have a bad day on. Gabriel Rayam has 5 repetitions.
Interesting, yes. So this is like the fact that they're going to have to share points is good for the best guys because it creates that bigger gap between them and the guys behind them. So oh man, it's time to get. I'm going to start.
All right, Bish is up next. So we are in for what should be a very good deadlift.
Might take a while before we get the results for this one. So.
Lozzie.
What's this?
Just someone said Lozzie.
Oh, Lozzie. Zelo. Loz, you should dye your beard gunmetal grey instead. Become your final form. Brilliant.
I need to be more jacked first. I need to get leaner, get more jacked, and then just full on gunmetal grey.
Yeah. That'd be
with a cigar.
Yeah. You could be like a crazed, sexy Santa.
Off the sleeves.
Schoonwinkel translated from Afrikaans to English is shoe shop. Who loves shoe shops? Oh, where did the comment go? Who loves shoe shops? Wink, wink, Liz. Ah, see, this is why I love the word so much. Would you like a shoe shop? How did you know?
You like any shop?
Yeah. Unfortunately, no, it doesn't let you post links in YouTube live chat. We're not. Yeah, we are on YouTube, aren't we? Yeah, sorry, we're on StreamYard, but it is a YouTube live chat because of spamming issues. But the mods can. So if you're trying to share the spreadsheet or anything like that, let them know, and they will help you.
Bishop is up. Come on, Adam. Let's see what you can do.
Hi, Liz. This one's for me. I met you at the Albert Hall and you were so nice in real life too. You're a great couple and it's lovely the community you have built for all of us fans.
Thank you very much.
I am nice.
4,500 people in here.
Lovely. You're all nice. Eric, thank you for the super chat. Sharing messages from Matt Scherer. Love the channel. Where can a disabled man compete in Strongman in the States? I'm a left above knee amputee.
So there are a few shows that do disabled competitions at various different levels. I coach a disabled athlete from the States who is in Texas.
Who is in the chat?
Yeah, he is.
Cybernetic Strongman.
I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but
Mm.
he may be able to help you better than I can in terms of where to look for competitions. To be fair, he does a lot of just open comps, but he competes in the World Disabled Championships as well.
He's Cybernetic Strongman on Instagram.
Definitely
though,
worth
so-
kind of contacting him.
Yeah.
Or Sitting Bull, another athlete that I train who is in a wheelchair, who competes, who's a world champion. They would help you hugely. Or message myself, and if you just remind me of this, I'll try and put you in contact with them, because particularly Stephen, obviously he's in the States, probably a bit more useful.
Yeah, he probably would be. Lars, would you not prefer to simply see the deadlift without straps at all if figure of eights are so bad because they allow very easy grip? No. We still want to see.
The reason being, I don't like figure of eights because they're dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you cannot release the bar. And the fact that you cannot release the bar means if you lost balance, that bar is coming down with you and is hugely dangerous. And I've actually seen a number of terrible injuries like that. So that's my kind of big issue with them to start with, as a safety issue.
Yeah.
Secondly, athletes can allow the bar to slip down. So essentially you're doing like a 13-inch deadlift. Some people can stretch it into, rather than a 9-inch deadlift, which is where it should be from. I have no problem with grip events, but I think the deadlift, we just want to see the strongest back and deadlift. Whereas if we take the straps away, grip becomes an element. Now, I love grip, but I still know grip is going to be the limiting factor in terms of how much.
Bishop 7 missed on the 8. Sorry.
Ooh, no, that's fine. Ooh,
I knew.
7.
That's interesting. Missed on the 8.
I think Rauno can do
8.
more than 7.
I think Rauno can do 8. Yeah. What's Brian going to go for? This is the interesting one, because if Brian hits 7, that's really good for Rauno. Sharing points with Bish then. Very good.
I haven't seen any training videos of Brian on the deadlift. Have you?
I don't know. I can't remember. I've watched montages. Did you see the one where my voice was in it?
I did see that. I did.
I sounded like a news reporter. I was like,
That's what you sound like.
I'm on sure strength. Katie, thank you for the super chat. Can you say to my husband, Luke, can I just say, loving the live stream, also had the absolute pleasure of meeting you both at Europe's and fangirling over Liz. Thanks, Katie. Do you know what's nice is that women like me.
It is nice.
It is nice because
everyone
we
likes
get
you
a
in
bad
Strongman.
reputation.
Do you know what?
For being bitchy. But
Auntie
we're
Liz
not.
is very popular in the strength world because she's not a threat.
I'm not a threat to
She's
anyone.
not a competitor, so the women like her, the
Oh.
men like you. You know what you're talking about. You know, the only person that doesn't like you is probably me. I'm joking.
Yeah, that's fine. I know you like me the
No.
least.
No,
I boss him around the most, though.
you do boss me around the most, then probably Rauno second. But yeah, no, having Liz come on board on the channel with me was probably the best thing we did.
Yeah.
It's much
yeah,
easier to chat to someone than just chat to a camera.
Oh, I tried it once when he was away without me and I didn't get past the intro. It was ridiculous. Mark, do you not get a bit freaked out that there's 4,500 people watching? I try not to think about it.
Originally, yes.
Yeah.
Used to really freak you out, didn't it?
Oh, I
mean, it's not a regular occurrence that we have this many people watching.
Yeah.
But after a while, you just sort of get used to it. But you know, whenever I think about I've competed in front of a certain amount of people, and you think how many people that is, it's quite intimidating. Isn't it?
Because we know what 4,500 people looks like. So I'm just glad I can't see you. I would not be able to publicly speak in front of 4,500 people.
Do you remember when Radzi got you up at the Arnold's UK's?
God, I still have
You were so
nightmares about
embarrassed.
it. There was about 2,000 people stood there, and he
Yeah.
got me up on the mic. And he started going like, right, Liz, I want some in-depth analysis about this and this. And I could barely stand. I was shaking so much, let alone think. So it was very
Right.
stressful.
Brian Shaw is up next. What do we think he can get? I'm saying 6 to 7.
I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to say 7. Yeah, 7.
He needs it.
He does.
Let's see what he can do.
Let's see. Timely reminder from Anthony that we need more subscribers because we want to hit 150,000 subscribers this week.
We would love that. Like, it would be amazing.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I don't see it happening, but if it did, that would be amazing. So thank you
Jim-
to everyone that has subscribed.
Thank you for your super chat. I found your comment down here. Hello from Canada. My wife and I watch everything you put out, not in a creepy way, but in a loving way. Well, thank you so much. That's fine. We wouldn't consider you creepy. It's funny the amount of people.
Brian's at the bar.
Oh my goodness, that we meet and they're like, "Oh, we fall asleep to you too." That's weird because you.
But I fall
to
asleep
stuff
watching
as well.
stuff as well.
Yeah, not to us though.
Well, no, because it would be weird watching myself or listening to myself.
You don't watch hardly any of our videos, do you?
I'm a very busy man.
Mm.
I'm there recording them.
Very busy.
Brian is at the bar.
Oh, let's see what Brian does
Let's
here.
wait and see. We should get the results pretty soon. Brian won't do more than 7. I think 6 to 7 for Brian, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah,
If he does 8, then Brian is contender for world's strongest
very
man.
impressive. Yeah,
That's
Trevor.
going back to his best deadlift days. So
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Trevor. I've been a fan since I found your end of day recap videos during World Strongest Man 2021. Keep up the good work. Love you both. I don't know who I want to win. I love them all.
thank you very much, Trevor. And it's nice to see someone supporting lots of athletes.
Yeah. That's the great thing about social media now. We can just get to know the athletes better.
People predicting Rauno's going to do 32.
And they're just so easy to support because they're good guys, aren't they? Lots of good personalities.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Someone trying to say Brian got 12. I'd be very impressed if that happened.
yeah.
Not going to fool me that easily, I'm
99
afraid.
reps. No way Brian goes for more than
All
8.
love Liz.
Definitely not.
Someone's typing.
Oh, we're gonna get some results. What is it? What is it? Oh,
Phone's telling, watch is telling me to stand up.
tell watch to shut up.
Let's go, Brian.
Oh, I keep seeing numbers and I don't know if they're predictions or
Like I am literally
results.
watching. I'm going to get the results very quickly. 8 for Brian.
really.
8 for Brian
Oh,
is huge.
wow.
Wow, Brian's in shape.
Oh, that is
Brian
good.
coming in strong. I did not expect that, but fair play to big Brian.
Oh,
That is
exciting.
Huge.
That is big.
Brian Shaw means business. That has convinced me. Brian Shaw is here to challenge.
Oh,
His
oh,
deadlift
God.
has been a little bit of an issue more recent years. He has come back ready.
Next. I've been following these lives, thank you, Mikey, for the past couple of years. Thank you for all the fun. And remember, ego lifting is not a crime. There you go.
Certainly not in a competition. It's not.
Oh, goodness. Loz versus Devon Larratt, make it happen.
Well,
from Rob.
if it was a fitness challenge or in the gym, I
Maybe.
think I'd have a good chance. I've done a training session with Devon. Go and check it out. It's on our channel. But if we're talking arm wrestling, I have no hope in hell. He is just, there's leagues between us.
Heidi, you guys have soothing voices. Thank you,
Oh,
Heidi.
thank you,
Yes,
Heidi.
thank you so much for the super chat. Aaron, not subscribed. What are you doing with your lives? I agree with Aaron.
Thank you,
for the
Aaron.
super chat. Oh,
Wow,
lots of very
Brian won
happy
8.
Brian fans
That
in the
is
chat.
huge.
That is
Brian
big.
Shaw proving to me that he is still a contender for world
That
strongest man.
is,
with
yeah, very much so.
Brian's got the throw to come up, which I can't see anyone beating him in this group.
No,
He's got the stones as a banker. Log will be solid.
yeah.
Brian's
Brian's
training
looking
hard.
good.
There
Oh my
isn't-
goodness.
Do you know everyone's been saying this? He's been really calm as well at Worlds. Just
That's
chilled.
good. He needs to be more
Yeah.
chill and calm because I think he's one that gets in his head a little bit too much. We know he's sometimes too meticulous and just doesn't sort of rip it and go, but that's very good.
Wow. Brian and Mitch, the only 2 athletes to do 8 reps.
Come on, Rauno, you've got to get 9 now.
I think he can.
I think he can as well.
If Rauno's in shape, I believe he can get 9 reps.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's the smartest thing to do, but
He wants to
I
win the
believe
group.
he can do it, and I think he kind of has to.
If he wants to win the group, he needs to beat
He
Brian
needs to
on
win
the
the
deadlift.
deadlift.
Yeah.
He needs to
Yeah,
win.
it's
He
his
will go
event.
for it.
Yeah, he will go for it.
Come on,
Absolutely.
Rauno.
Oh, God. Is he at the bar yet? Full pools +1.
That was yeah.
Brian, thank you for the super chat. Ever considered following Brian's footsteps and creating the Liz Classic?
We've
What the
spoken
format and
about
events look like?
potentially running our own competition.
Yeah.
We're still not maybe as big as Brian in terms of making this as effective as we'd like to.
Yeah.
But it's something we have spoken about. If we're going to do
the
it, we
future.
want to do it well. We don't just want to put on, a
Sort of car
rubbish
park
comp. We want it to
competition,
be done
yeah.
as well as possible. So
Mm.
absolutely something we want to look at, but we need to kind of grow these grow our YouTube, grow our following, and have a bit more clout to engage sponsors and make it as good as possible. Because I don't want to just put on a little show. I want the best
Yeah.
guys.
Tristan The big man is coming for it. Oh, he is. He is. That is. I'm impressed.
Well, let's look at this. Like Tom did 6.
Yeah.
Brian's done 8.
Yeah. Mitch
Hooper's
did 8.
done 8.
But those are the only 2 to do 8 so far, aren't they?
Yep.
What can Rauno do? Oh my god! I hope it goes okay.
Come on, Rauno.
Oh,
You can do it.
you can do it. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. It's Brian's last time at World's Strongest Man. He's not leaving things to chance. Great job,
Absolutely.
Brian. Yeah. Brian won't want to do the
Very
stone off.
impressed with Brian's deadlift.
Brian will want the confidence that comes from winning his group, getting through, sailing through. Come on. Oh, this is stressful. What's happening? Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Been a Shaw fan since 2013. I was so happy to see him pull giving major 5th title vibes. That has convinced me more than anything that I've seen, because I don't pay much attention to training.
Everyone, when they get to comp,
everyone looks good in training.
Everyone kind of posts their best training. They'll make up stuff. I've seen it all with athletes. It's when they get to the comp and prove it, then you're like, okay, this man means business.
Yeah.
And that is what he's done there. He's laid,
Bring it together on comp day.
Big kind of step there.
$5 for Brian's 5th World's Strongest Man. The GOAT, go Brian. Thank you for the super chat, Stephen.
If Brian wins this, if we're talking World's Strongest Man competition, he is the greatest World's Strongest Man athlete there has ever been.
There you go. You've heard it from Lozzie first. Alien, thank you for the super chat. How good do you think Brian can be if he sticks with arm wrestling after his strongman journey comes to an end, Lozzie?
I think if he stuck with arm wrestling, Brian could be very, very good. Extremely, like, he's got height or length in the arm. He has an extremely strong hand, a thick hand, huge arm strength. He has all the tools to be an incredible arm wrestler. It would take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, give him 2 years training, he'd be a big problem.
Small.
For some serious arm wrestlers.
I can't say that. Kixie.
Kixie.
Thank you for the super chat. Hello from Hungary. Thanks for the stream, guys. I'm really happy for Brian. Hopefully he gets the 5th World's Strongest Man title. Brian fans all over the world. But right now we need to channel all of our Estonian energy.
He's at the bar, I believe.
Oh, is he? Solidus. All I want is to see Brian's 5th. I will cry. Thank you for the super chat. I will cry if the deadlift doesn't
Brian
go well
has put himself in a very good position.
He
Brian's getting through this group. That's one thing I'm very sure of. Who gets through with him is a big question, and Rauno needs to do everything he can right now to give himself a chance. Come on, Rauno.
Oh, come on, Rauno.
We're big Rauno fans here. I'm not sure if you can tell.
He's genuinely like one of our best friends. Oh.
Come on, Rauno.
Come on, Rauno. My vote is for Brian. I'm
actually nervous.
My heart is thumping. I'm actually shaking.
Rauno is up.
Oh God, come on, Rauno.
Get up, Liz.
I just want it to go well for him because I'm the one who has to deal with grumpy Rauno if it goes bad.
No. He's got this.
He's got this. Come on, Rauno. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Marina Del Rey, thank you for the super chat. I've got 3 streams going. Your stream, Strongman Archives, and the work I'm actually supposed to be doing right now. Glad to be working from home. Go Rauno. Oh God. Let's go Rauno. My heart is thumping. Oh, goodness. This is like a workout. Oh, deadlift is life for Rauno. Oh, don't. Why are you hiding your screen from me? Someone's just messaged saying, God, his deadlift is so good. I don't want to know his deadlift is
good. I want to know how many he's done.
Yeah. Oh,
tell me.
Oh.
Come on, Rauno.
Come on.
This is the worst. Nobody's typing.
Because it's going on for so long because he got so
He's at 7.
He's at 7.
Come on, Rauno. Again. Pull another. I don't want to know he's at 7. I want to know how many he's done.
Give us the final results.
He's at 8. Come on, Rauno.
Come on, one more.
Come on. I can't believe I'm updating through text messages.
Now 8. Still 8. Come on. Rauno has 8. He's at 8. He stopped at 8. Hold on, still typing.
8 reps for Rauno.
8 reps for Rauno.
8 reps for Rauno. Wow.
Okay.
That was interesting.
That was interesting. Do you know what though? For Brian to match Rauno and Mitch on the deadlift for reps like that. That's
Brian
very,
Shaw
very good.
laying some smack down there. Good performance around. 8 reps is
Yeah.
amazing. You know, how many
Yeah.
guys? 3 guys got 8 reps.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
good.
3
Yeah.
athletes in the whole competition.
Although we've still got one more group to go, Lozzie. Don't forget
We
group 5.
have-
I don't see anyone in group 5 getting 9 reps though.
No.
With the best deadlifters there being Trey and Evan. But he failed 9. Did Brian push for a 9th? Don't know. This is like a text RPG. It's mostly in your head.
I think all the athletes are going 100%. I don't think there's any holding back being done.
No
When
one
you
wants to
think-
be in the stone off.
You know, look at some of the big names, the huge deadlifters we've got
Yeah.
that only did 7.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this group.
We missed some super chats in our excitement and
let's
fear.
go and sort them out.
Michael, Loz, you mentioned Brian's deadlift going down in recent years since his injury. Do you think he's stopped going as heavy to avoid injury?
Absolutely, I'm sure. But clearly, Brian's deadlift is back.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes ago, I was saying Brian's deadlift is down. Not anymore.
So do we have the standings now for this group, please, Lozzie? The points. Some random.
No, because Schoonwinkle's still got to go.
Oh shit, Schoonwinkle. Sorry, Yakko.
I don't think Yakko is going to get 8 reps. I don't think
No.
he'll get 7 reps, to be honest.
No.
Which means Rauno and Brian will be tied for first place, which should give them both 5.5 points. And then Adam Bishop probably will be in second place on 7 reps, which give him 4 points.
Yeah.
Yakko could tie with Gabriel and Kevin. They're both on 5. So,
And that would push all of them right down, wouldn't it? To share
Yes.
those points for 3 people.
so it would
3
be good
between
for
them.
Bish, Shaw, and Rauno
Yeah.
if it was like that. I think
Yeah.
Rauno would, Bish maybe would have
Or for
liked to have
Yakko
got-
just to come last outright, it would be good for them 3
Yeah.
if he comes last on the deadlift, because obviously he won event 1. Some random. It's currently 5 a.m. I need to sleep, but I'm too invested in this. 5 a.m. You may as well get up now. Oh, dearie me.
He tried a 9th but couldn't get it.
That's okay. As long as he's not hurt or anything. Rauno will do everything to protect his body from injury as well. He's very in tune with his body,
Yes.
isn't he? Because he's so...
Right, I need to do a nervous wing.
No, don't leave me. Oh, look, we've got a nice big super chat. Thanks for all your insights during the different events. Thank you for joining
so
us
much.
and for your super chat. Thank you. While Los goes and do a wee, to do a wee. Oh, Connolly family has arrived in Myrtle Beach. We hope you have a great time. We know you're very much looking forward to it. Oh, goodness. I can't believe Loz has missed. Liz, you missed more super stickers and some member chats. I'm sorry, guys. The the thing is scrolling very, very quickly when Brian and Rauno started deadlifting, and I've lost track a little bit of where I am. Nick Gregory, thank you for the super chat. Watching from Los Angeles and got the whole team from the animation studio in watching this instead. Ha, thanks. Oh, that's good. That's cool. There we go. Hello, animation team. Liz, oh shit. Haha. Jay, thank you for the super chat. Absolutely hyped to go to the Shaw Classic now. It's going to be a good show. Everyone who's been has said nothing but great things about it. So I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Is coming out
Yakko's coming out.
for the deadlift.
The World Strongest Man website is actually very good this year.
Good.
Fast updates. That's good.
Beautiful.
That's good. Rauno is only 62. Rauno.
Rauno's going to have another 12-year gap before he competes again at Worlds.
Yeah. Oh, Papa Rauno to the finals.
Thank you so much.
I've had 95. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully.
If Rauno got to finals, Liz would be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Rauno would be ecstatic.
Yeah.
We'd be so happy for
We
him.
all would.
His career would be made.
Yeah.
I think
Vindicated.
with what he's done, I think he deserves a World's Strongest Man final. I'm not someone that says people deserve stuff, but Rauno's
There are years where he has
so
deserved
much-
to be invited. He's won Arnold's World Series competitions and still not be invited to World. So, yes.
Rauno, no surprise, was getting some oxygen after.
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
deadlift.
That's fine. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He's got a couple of hours now to recover for the log. He just needs to make sure he gets those down signals and keeps his lockouts as clean as possible.
Yeah.
He's got mobility issues in his shoulder, and that's not uncommon with older athletes. But what they need to do is show the referees what their arms look like when they stretch up fully. So because some of them, they physically cannot straighten their elbows and lock them out completely.
Yeah.
And then that's something then for the referees to consider when they get to the event. Ooh, dearie me.
Wow.
Oh, I need a wee as well, but I won't leave you right this second. We'll wait and see what
Yes.
Jaakko Schoonwinkel
Let me
does.
see if I can.
Shanklin.
I think that's probably a sticker.
Here it
but
is. I can see. No.
Okay.
My podium predictions are Brian, Mitchell, or Tom and Evan. Mitchell or Tom, with Evan up there too. I'm looking forward to seeing Evan on this deadlift. He was
Yeah.
very collected in the loading, which is what we wanted to see. Nicola's taken to thanking people for the super stickers. Thank you, guys. We do really appreciate it. Unfortunately, not everything shows on here, which is a bit frustrating. Dustin, thank you for the super chat. Brian's deadlift and injuries and issues have been specific to the elephant bar. I know you can't rely on what they post, but Brian has looked incredible.
And he really has. You know, I have seen a little bit of his training, and I've been told by people that have trained with him that he's looking really good. But I've been told that every year. So sometimes you've got to wait till they get to the comp, and Brian is backing it up now.
Yeah,
8 reps on the deadlift.
that's huge.
That's strong. You know, this deadlift is clearly heavy when we look at what people have lifted.
Yeah.
I've used this deadlift before. I know how tough it is. So from a personal understanding of that, I can really promise you, Brian, for Brian Shaw fans, this is big news. If you want Brian to win this, he's looking good.
Now, will Rano be happy with 8 or pissed that he tied? He'll have wanted to win outright. Like, no doubt about it.
I
He would
think
have wanted to
if
win.
he looks at the scores, he'll be happy with where he's sat.
Yeah, because now
but
he's got
he would have wanted to win the
likely
deadlift.
a joint first and a second place. So that will put him,
Schoonwinkel got 6, which is very good.
which puts him above.
Above Bish, no, joint with Bish,
Yeah.
and above Gabriel and Kevin Ferris.
Oh,
So
that
that
is
is very
interesting.
good for the South African.
That is good. He's
And
looking
that
good
leaves
in
the
this
group with Rauno on top with 10.5 points.
Yeah.
Brian Shaw in second on 9.5 points.
Okay.
Jaakko is on 9 points.
Oh, that's close.
Bish is on 7 points. And then Rayum and Kevin Ferris are 3.5 points and 2.5
Oh,
points.
do you know what though? With this log lift, I think the top 3 are going to stretch away now from the bottom 3 in this group.
Well, Bish will most likely drop some points
on the
next-
log, yeah.
on the log. I think Brian and Rauno can both be top 3.
On the
the
log.
log.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jaakko is good presser.
Who else? Kevin Ferris.
Kevin's okay. He's not
Yeah.
amazing at log.
Who else is in this group? Gabriel Rayon.
Yeah, Rayum.
Is he a decent log lifter? He's a decent log lifter, isn't he?
I've not seen too much of Gabriel
don't know.
on a log, to be quite honest.
I don't know. Seems Brian working with Joe Ken has helped improve his deadlift form. Doesn't look nearly as awkward and has a lot more power and leg drive, says Jay.
Excellent.
Thank you for the super
Excellent.
chat. Oh, this is exciting. It's all kicking off. Jaakko gets 6. Yeah, the results coming through there. How can you watch it? Unless you're there in
can't.
person, you can't, unfortunately. Rauno leading the group. What about Mr. Felix? What do you reckon Mark will get on this, Laze?
6 to 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think.
No, I agree. I think the
I
6
think
to 7 is fair.
is realistic for Mark.
Rauno didn't replace Bibby. He was in the lineup all along.
Yeah.
It was
Christian Harrelson.
Christian Harrelson, yeah, in group 2 that replaced Bibby.
Yeah, Rauno was entered all on his own from the start.
Yes.
We have one more group left.
One more group left. Right, now's the perfect time to go for a week. Lotte, you're going to have to look at this screen and
I
not
will.
that one.
I will.
Otherwise, all hell will break loose. Come on,
Yeah.
Lotte.
Mitch Hooper is very happy.
Good.
Things are going well for him. So did Rauno replace him? No. Sorry. So someone's saying they think Gabriel did 6 last year on the 140 log. 6 on a 140 is nothing special at this level. It's not terrible, but it's not anything special for sure. How heavy is the log? It's a log ladder this year, so it's 4 or 5. I think it's 5 logs actually, and it starts at about 120, and I think it goes up to about 185 kilos. So it just jumps up. Each log gets heavier. Very similar. I don't know if anyone saw Europe's Strongest Man. I'm sure some of you did. They did a very similar event there. Pavlo Kordiaka was the fastest at Europe's. Novikov did well, but most of the guys really struggled on it, didn't get all of the logs. So even though 180, 185 is doable for most of these guys, doing it after doing some logs leading up to it is much harder. Lots of excited Mark Felix fans looking forward to what he's going to do. A lot of people saying 6, some people saying 7. So excited for Mark. Hope he sent it last year at 57. Yeah, 57 to be doing what Mark's doing is incredible. If Felix gets 6 to 7, it's a great result. I totally agree. And it's probably where I expect him to be. I think, Mark knows he needs points. And this is probably an event where he can pick up some points. His deadlift's not as strong as it used to be. But it's still a very, very solid. Honestly, Brian not coasting to the finals last year makes it way more exciting to watch this year. Now we know it's not a sure thing. I think Brian's not in a position where he can coast anymore, which is good for the competition and for us as fans to watch. But this excites me because I think he's showing he wants it, which I haven't always seen from Brian over the last few years, but clearly knowing it's his last Worlds, he wants it. And, he's off that. The first event was a loading event on sand at 400 plus pounds. Being a big guy on sand is draining. It's not the most fun thing to do in the world. Now he can focus on the power events today. The deadlift, that's the best deadlifting I've seen from Brian in a long time. Let's see what his log lifting is like. And then he's got very solid events tomorrow. So I think Brian is in a good place.
We've been pronouncing Schoonwinkel wrong, apparently, but I'm not sure about this new pronunciation.
Schoonwinkel.
Schoonwinkel.
Schoonwinkel. No, I can't say that. Schoonwinkel
Schoon
is easier.
There we go. We'll have to contact Mr. Schoonwinkel.
Yeah, and find out for ourselves. I think you just passed a couple of super chats. Yeah.
Let me just go here first.
Okay. They're putting some of the lists on Instagram. They are. World's Strongest Man are posting little snippets if you want to have a look there. Brian looks good for a guy who nearly lost his leg.
Does indeed.
Yeah.
He's looking awesome. Everyone is going to want to train with Loz after this competition. I'm not sure about that, but thank you.
Chandler Shaw. As a Shaw myself, I need Brian to win.
Part of the family.
That's relative. Chandler's a great name, isn't
it? It is. So log for time.
Yeah, so there'll be split time on the log.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 5, isn't it? 5 different
it's
logs.
5 logs in total. It starts at, I think, like 128 and it goes up to 180 something.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact weights on the logs, to be honest. I'm flying to Myrtle Friday for the finals. I would be so upset if Brian or Tom weren't in.
I think there's a good chance they'll both be in.
Yeah, they'll be in. Don't worry.
They're starting day 1 well.
Yeah. Super chat from Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. How epic would it be if Mark got to the Stoner?
It would be amazing.
He did 2 years ago. Never say never. It could definitely happen. And he ended up against Tom.
That's not someone you want to be against.
No, only Pavlo finished the log ladder at Europe's, and he was very, very convincing as well, very snappy. So it would be interesting to see how many can finish it at World's Strongest Man in the group stages. I'm trying to thank you. I think I hid your sticker. Oh, whoops. Nicola may have accidentally hid a sticker, but thank you so much for sending it. Spoon tinkle. Oh, twinkle, sorry. Yes, that's how you say Schoonwinkel. It was actually Rick Dent who sent it to me.
Thank you, Rick.
Who do you expect to get the most reps in group 5 on the deadlift?
Trey.
Do you reckon Trey over Evan?
I don't know. Evan,
Deadlift used to be a weakness for Evan.
Evan's deadlift is good these days.
In 21, it was brilliant. In 2022, we did not see the best Evan at any competition that he did. So it'd be interesting to see how he's looking now in competition, not in the gym.
I think Trey, Evan, then Felix. Then Aethor, Paul, Coco. We'll see.
We'll see. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Driving 9 hours on Friday for the finals. Let's go. You're so lucky that you're within driving distance.
We hope
of
you have
it.
an amazing time.
Yes, we hope you have a good time.
I know from the people there today, they're enjoying it. So by the final, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Trey is winning the next 2 events. Oh, interesting. You think you'll win the Conans as well?
No. Deadlift.
Oh
log.
yeah, deadlift and log. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm back in the other groups now. Yeah, log and Conans. Sorry, ignore me. Oh dear, where are we? I'm waiting to see Trey and Evan. We all are. Oh, someone's gifting memberships as well. Most likely Rick. Dave G. Thank you.
And we've gone over 500 subscribers.
Yes. 133,514 to be precise. We broke through 133,000 today. So that's awesome in one day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys.
How entry level is your entry level training program on your site? My wife and I are ready to change up our training from traditional bro splits.
If you've been doing a bro split, yeah, it'll be absolutely fine for you. If you train in a gym, then it'll be fine for you. If you've never trained at all, I would suggest probably just doing some basic gym training first. But if you've kind of been used to gym bro style training, it'll structure things in a way that will kind of really help. It'll probably stop you trying to go too heavy too often. And it's a good solid program.
Where are we? Nicholas there, link in the Strongman archives to anyone who wants to see the stand-in so far in all the groups.
Someone, Chris just up there just said, have I ever trained anyone with a hernia? Yes, I have.
Oh yeah. You've trained people with all sorts of ailments, haven't you? Hernias, slip discs. All sorts. Rick is a real life Santa. Rick is
awesome.
Gifting people.
Rick is going to be on a level with Fred and
Rick is going into Fred status. Will, thank you for the super chat loss. Will you ever compete at World's Strongest Man again?
No, great. I won't ever compete at World's Strongest Man again because it would take too much for me to invest. I couldn't. I'm quite happy just enjoying training and competing for fun because I can put my family first. I can put my businesses first. If I decided to do strongman at that level again, strongman would have to come first. And I don't think my body could hold up. Whereas just doing strongman for fun, like I'm going to do the Masters this year. I'm really fit and healthy right now. My body weight is well down. I'm nowhere near as strong as I used to be, but I'm enjoying life in other areas. If I was to commit 100%, it would be difficult because there's certain things my body can't do anymore. And I can be selective about doing shows for fun because if I don't like the events in a show, I just won't do it. Whereas if you're going to go to World's Strongest Man, you have no option. You just got to get on with whatever's thrown at you. And also these younger guys, they're hungry. They want it. I don't anymore, which is hard to admit to yourself, but I've kind of had to. I still have days where I feel really good. I train with some really good guys, and some days I absolutely wipe the floor with them. And then I go home and I'm like, oh, I feel broken.
Yeah.
And other days I have to listen to my body. Other days I'm just not feeling it and I've got to back off. So I'm very in tune with my body. I listen to myself. And it's important for me at the moment not to get hurt. So I just enjoy training, enjoying some arm wrestling, enjoying doing some powerlifting, some strongman, but at that lower level, feeling fitter, being lighter. It's still fun for me, but I know if I was to do it as a pro, the fun kind of goes out of it and it's serious. So I'd rather focus on this, focus on having fun, doing things that I enjoy.
Sorry, Rauno is in touch.
Yeah. What's Rauno saying? Thank you, Tim.
Read it out right loud. I definitely
maybe summarize.
It's got a swear word in it.
Yeah. You did this super chat from Chandler, didn't you?
No, we haven't read it out. No.
Okay.
It's just saying his deadlift shape isn't quite the same it was as in his lead up to Europe's before he got sick. It's okay, but he really wanted to win that event. Sure. I'm saying it's okay. You're still leading the group. I know you wanted to.
Right, Chandler, thank you for the super chat. I'm going on a cruise that leaves Sunday. I'll have to pay $100 for Wi-Fi to get results. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. I'd be doing the same. Tim, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Nicola is welcoming Tim. Thank you, Nicola. You are awesome. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much. Awesome. Arm gods are on. Arm gods. The only thing missing on the shelves is an Arm Gods Championship belt. It is indeed. Maybe we can make that happen in a year or two, or maybe 3. If you guys are into arm wrestling, check out Arm Gods. I will at some point be pulling on an Arm Gods show. I've got a Strongman comp coming up in 6 weeks, and then I'm going to really get focused in on my arm wrestling again. So thank you very much for that, guys.
What are the chances in the future we have World's Strongest Woman at the same time as World's Strongest Man, like they did at the Arnolds this year? Well, they did it for a couple of years, didn't they? Back was it the mid-noughties? When was it?
Yeah, 2002.
Yeah.
Time.
They did do it, and it would be great to see it go that way again. There's definitely a much bigger appetite now for strong women, and it's growing rapidly. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Where did the Stoltmans come in their groups? So right now, Tom is in second place.
So current standings after 2 events in Group 1 to 4. Bobby Thompson in first place. Tom Stoltman in second place. Tom is only half a point behind Bobby. Pavlo Kordiaka is on 8 points, 1.5 behind Tom. Konstantin Janasha in 4th. Paraguay in 5th. Eddie Williams in 6th. Group number 2, Alexei Novikov, maximum points on 12 points. Thomas Evans on 8. Luke Stoltman is in 3rd on 7. And half a point behind Luke is Christian Haraldsson on 6.5. Gav Bilton on 6. That's close. 8 to 6 points between 4 of them.
Yeah.
And then Fadi El-Masri on 2.5. Mitch Hooper, maximum of 12 points out of 12 in group number 3. Matt Ragg is on 8.5. Ivor Schmaukstelis on 7.5. Graham Hicks on 5.5. Spencer Rimmick on 5.5. And Kiliashkovsky only on 3 points in that group. Group number 4, Rauno Heinle is in the lead, 10.5 points. 1 point behind is Brian Shaw on 9.5 points. Jaco Schoenwinkel, I did it wrong, but I'm going to keep getting it wrong until it kind of clicks. 9 points. Adam Bishop on 7. Gabriel Rayam in 5th with 3.5. Kevin Ferris on 2.5 in last place. And we're only 1 event in so far in group number 5. The deadlift for group 5 will be starting shortly.
Gregors, thank you so much for the super chat. Yay, good to be back with you guys on World's Strongest Man coverage. Was on last year. Same as me working and watching again. Thanks for the amazing work before, during, with coverage.
Thank you so much.
Substance video on Marius. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you. Ooh, Liz Tao Rauno, we all love him. I don't know how you take that. From what I've heard, he's got a lot of support there, which is really nice.
People giving him big cheers when he's out there. It's really cool.
It's really nice. Yeah. Galiat, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for covering this.
Galiat.
Going to do a massive back workout with the hope that one day I will have 10% of Loz's traps. They are looking very trappy. Trapalicious. That's it. Pose them, Lozzie. Pose them. Oh dear.
Someone saying I seem to get younger. That's nice.
That is nice. Let's go, Rauno, leading his group. Mitch and Bobby, number 1. Let's go, Team Loz and Liz. Loz or Liz for Coach of the Year.
Definitely Liz.
Yeah, most improved athlete. Yeah, not most improved. He just never was given this chance before. But hey, hey. So, what were you pointing out? Loz, how did you feel about training smaller athletes? I compete in the lightweight women's category, so my numbers and training isn't exciting as the big girls.
I love training people of all different sizes, ages,
abilities,
weights, abilities. I love helping people improve, and I coach some very good athletes, and I coach complete beginners at all different levels. And it's all about helping people get better. That is my number 1 goal. I understand that the sport is very different at lighter body weights, for instance. Being a super heavyweight, you tend to be a freak of nature. Being some of the lighter weight categories, technique is a lot more important. Understanding what you're training for, conditioning wise. But I love the challenge of training different people. And for most people, everyone's at a different stage of their careers and has different goals. So it's all about kind of working together and getting the best out of you. And then we've got Chloe.
Yeah.
Chloe, who is an amazing lighter weight female athlete.
There we go. She has, sorry.
What
she
are
has
you
a
doing,
feeling.
Don't get rid of Chloe. We love Chloe.
She's gone now. World's Strongest for Women will be coming soon. Also, thanks. Enjoying this coverage. Thank you for keeping us all updated.
Thank you, Chloe. We need another training session together soon. I'm going to go.
Definitely.
Chloe will be at
the gathering. Yeah, almost definitely. Are you going to Donald Dinny Day, Chloe? I'm sure you will be.
I need to start training that that hook grip again because
Yeah.
it's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I need my hand to get better first.
Tim, thank you for the super chat. Probably about time. I support my favorite strongman channel, rooting for Brian, Evan, and Trey. Also, just hoping it's a great competition for all.
Thank you very much, Tim. It seems to be
Yeah.
really cool so far. This comp is
Yeah.
exciting. Some shocks, as there always is at World's Strongest Man,
There really is.
and there's plenty of time for more.
I think this is supposed to be a member comment from Callum. Rano is doing awesome. Do you think he will make the final now? How do you think he will do in the final? So for Rano, he wants to win the group, but if he gets in a stone off with the second place advantage, he could definitely make the final. If he gets in against Bish, it's going to be hard. Bish did 10 reps last year against.
There's lots. There's lots of things.
Trey.
There's still 3 events in that group before we even get to a stone off.
Yeah.
He needs to keep fighting hard. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But he's started day 1 perfectly.
He's-
Needs a good performance on the log, and then he might get some sleep tonight.
Yeah. Speak of the devil, and he shall arrive. Hold on, just got a message him back.
Someone's
You got to take control.
Seems like a long gap between the groups going on the deadlift. Yeah, the reason for the gap is they usually do interviews because every group is a different TV show. So they'll kind of do a few interviews between each one. So that's why it's taking a bit longer. Yeah, hopefully they will be starting very, very shortly. Is Rano okay?
Yeah, he's just saying that log's going to be really important for him now.
Rick, thank you for the super chat. Starting Strongman program tomorrow after a 3-year break. Had a daughter. Well, congratulations on the daughter. We have a young daughter and we know how challenging that can be. At what stage do you recommend moving to coaching? I would get yourself like training for about 3 to 6 months. Get yourself feeling good. Make sure you're enjoying it, and then we can focus on perhaps maybe looking at doing some full coaching. But just making sure you're eating well, making sure you're training regularly, making sure you're enjoying it. Those 3 things, get them right, and then I'd look into coaching. Here we go. Look at this one. Don't take this wrong, but Chloe is the hottest strong woman of all time. There you go. Thank you, Fred. There you go, Chloe. You have fans here.
Oh,
Chloe is lovely.
Addy, thank you for the super chat. Happy to see my fellow Icelander, Christian
John
Haraldson, getting a chance at World's Strongest Man. I think Athor will get 5 lifts in the deadlift, 6 if he's having a good day. What do you think?
I agree. I think that's probably about right for Athor as well.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting group, this one. Let's see how it goes.
Coco is coming out.
Oh, here we go. Ben Thompson, thank you for the super chat. Good evening from Somerset. Going to Cardiff this year. I bought the gold VIP package, so hopefully that means get to meet you. Yes,
you will indeed. We will see you there. We're going to be in Cardiff, and yes, we look forward to meeting you, Ben.
Yes, very excited. When is Group 5 starting? It's starting now.
Yeah,
Coco is
is just coming out.
We're a bit behind on comments, so they probably asked that a while ago. Duke, thank you for the super chat. Brian's deadlift says number 5 is in the house. Think of it. Win Fingles, top 3 in the pool, carry and stones, and it's down to dumbbell and deadlift.
They're very good events for
Brian. Great events for him. Really good. Oh, Jan, I can see that, but here it is. How does the log lift suit the athletes in Group 3? Thank you for the super chat. Well,
very good for Mitch.
Yeah, he did 3 with 195 at the Arnolds.
Very good for Hicksy, if Hicksy's having a good day. His deadlift was good, so I'd expect him to be good on the log. Kilishkovsky in the past was unbelievable at log.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see what kind of shape he's in.
Spencer, he did 195 for 1 rep at the Arnold, same as Mateusz. So
Spencer did. Spencer wasn't
That's
there.
Thomas. What am I saying? It's been a long day already. Ignore me.
Like Ivers was pretty solid at Europe's on the log ladder.
Yeah, Ivers was good. I think he came 4th on the log.
Yeah. So I think it'll be Mitch or Hicksy on paper.
Yeah. Who knows in reality?
I think Mitch will win.
Yeah, I think
he's just fast. I think if it was a max log, Hicksy perhaps, but for reps, I'm going to say.
Christ, this is a terrifying thought. I'm watching on my full wall projector. My goodness, we'll be big on there.
Thank you very, very much.
It's
nice to know you guys support us.
where are we? Oh yeah, there we go. That's Lunchbox Woody. And then super chat from DT. Thank you, DT. My training partner is trying to make a good showing at OSG this year. What can I do to best support him as an athlete when we get there?
My training partner is trying to make a good showing at OSG this year. Just be supportive. 5 for Coco. Good, solid performance from Coco there. 5 is very good. Yeah, just be supportive. You know, if he needs a hand with anything, just, you know, every athlete's different. Some people like kind of being mothered. Other people just like to be left alone. So it depends on the individual, but just being there to support him. I would personally try and distract him when it's not competition time. During competition, obviously wants to
Let them get
focus.
focused,
But OSG is quite a long competition, so you need to kind of distract your mind a little bit, think of other things,
They
get
can't be
away from
focused
it.
the whole time.
You don't want to be just 100% strongman. So just be there, be supportive, make sure, you know, if they need anything, you get them stuff, but also don't let them be a prima donna either.
Yeah. Don't let them be a diva. But if they do get a little bit snappy at any point, try not to take it personally.
Yeah,
it's
sometimes
not you,
it's just kind of, you know, some
nerves
people
and
are different,
everything,
nervous, energy, and just, you know, I just wanted the support, really. You know, if you want, just make sure they're staying hydrated, but without being in a overly annoying way.
Oh, Sam's had to, it's there in person, but it's gone to the hotel room because it turned into a raisin. Sun. I would be the same. I would struggle to stand out all day.
Apparently,
in that
Coco almost got 6.
Oh,
well, that's good for Coco.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Good to see him showing what he can do.
Andrew, thank you for the super chat. I'd love Brian to win his 5th, but the competition is so strong. I think Singleton is flying under the radar at the moment too. Could be a dark horse. We've never seen him in a World's Strongest Man final or a Rogue Invitational or an Arnold Strongman Classic. We've only seen him do the Shaw Classic where he hasn't had his best showing. So yeah, we know what.
Giants Live, obviously, as well.
Yeah, but I meant out of the other big that has like all of the top guys in. So
Mark is up next.
Oh, this will be an interesting one to see what Mark can do.
I'm going to say 6.
Okay. Yeah, I think 6 as well.
I hope he can get 6.
Yeah,
Anything
I
less
think
for
he can
Mark
get
than
6.
6 is
a bit disappointing. Yeah, Mark is walking out. Oh, love a donut at the gym. Uncle Loz back in a bit.
Go and work hard.
Yeah, thank you for the
Get it
super
done.
chat. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
It
I
just moved, didn't it?
accidentally. Yeah, there's the old Felix emoji. Hater XXX. Thank you for the super chat. Any advice for an athlete with epilepsy? I had a brain bleed last year due to seizure. My family thinks my career is over, but I'm not ready to be done.
It's something if you were coming to me, I would have to put some more research into epilepsy, and I don't ever see anything as a completely finished. You just have to work around things for you as an individual and understand that there's going to be situations that we need to, you know, people around you need to know about, you need to be aware of. But no, I very rarely do I ever think anyone's career is over. Literally these days, there's so many ways to work around things, but research, talk to people, and communicate with the people around you. That's probably key, but it does not mean it's all over. Not at all.
Sent a small super chat that didn't show up. You're going to the Shaw, also Loz for Bond villain.
I'd make a good Bond villain. Unfortunately, we probably won't be at the Shaw Classic.
No. We will be at the Rogue Invitational though, and also OSG. So we do have a couple of more trips to America this year. Been twice already. Twice? No, once.
Twice? No. Twice.
Oh yeah, Clash and the Arnold. Yeah.
Twice in a short period of time. That's what it was.
And we flew there to go to Australia. We flew to Houston, Texas, and then to Sydney from there.
Mr. Felix, what's he done? Let's see.
Here we go. We're getting some results.
Mark Felix with 6 repetitions.
6. Oh, well guessed, Lossie. Well guessed. There we go. Felix has a wicked deadlift. Felix with 6. Yeah, there we go. Kind of as expected there.
Yeah.
Who's up next?
Next will be Paul Smith.
Yeah.
5.
Loz commentating at Rogue, almost definitely. Do you know what? We're at a point now. They don't even ask him. Like literally a few weeks before, they'll be like, here's your flight, which makes us a bit nervous.
I get really nervous. I'm like, maybe they don't want me anymore. I can ring up. Oh yeah, you're doing it. So I'm just going to presume this year that I'm doing it. Yeah. And then they'll probably turn around and say, no, you're rubbish. We don't want you.
Yeah, you're out.
But, hopefully that's not the case. No, we will communicate with him soon, actually.
At 57,
He's
impressive as
57
well.
years old,
Yeah,
Mark is.
57.
57. He just turned 57 a few days ago.
Paul Smith is up next. Oh, what do you reckon Paul can get on this?
5.
Okay. What have we seen so far? 5 and 7. Okay.
Oh, no, in this group, 6. 5 and
Did
6.
Coco do 6?
No, 4. 5, and Felix did 6.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, God. What's wrong with me today?
I don't know.
My short-term memory's gone.
You remember things from the past, like
But
there's
only
no
from the
problem.
past. I'm living in the past. Oh, goodness me.
Poor Auntie Liz.
Yeah.
We'll give you a little break after this.
Yeah. And what we'll do, guys, we're going to keep an ear very close to the ground to find out exactly when the log is due to start. And we won't start our stream before then. So the third stream for today that's scheduled may end up changing time. So just keep an eye on that. Oh, dear. Come on then, Paul. He needs a good showing here. These aren't the best events for Paul. I feel bad for him because he's waited a long time for this opportunity. And it's typical, isn't it? You get there and you're like, oh, bloody hell, these events.
It's the way the cookie
rather do anything
rolls
else.
sometimes, like
Cookie rolls.
crumbles. That's the one, isn't it? The cookie crumbles. It doesn't
Yeah.
roll unless you're throwing it and
I don't
squishing
know.
it into a ball, which could happen if you may.
Liz needs to hit her own refresh button.
She does, bless her.
Oh, hoping Paul is a good showing. Not the best events for him in qualifiers, unfortunately. It's really not, but we'll see. You know, you can't just, the athletes have to
Yeah,
just
it is what
fight,
it
don't
is.
they? Yeah. We've seen plenty of surprises.
It's all
at
experience,
Worlds.
and you know, you get there and you give 100%. As simple as that.
Yeah. Given our smooth for World's Strongest Man is wrong, log press will be done by moonlight. Well, I hope not, because moonlight in the USA might mean daybreak in the UK. We'll be up all night, which would not bode well for us for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paul Smith is making his way out. What do you reckon Paul gets? I'm saying 5.
5. Yeah. Yeah, I think 5. What have we got? Currently wearing my Stockman t-shirt and have Uncle Loz t-shirt for tomorrow.
Ah,
There we go.
thank you.
Hater XXX. Thank you. I needed that motivation in life. Ah, that's nice, isn't it? There we go.
Really nice. Thank you.
No, there is no live stream for World's Strongest Man. You can see tiny little clips of
Clippets.
clips of or snippets
Snippets.
of action on Instagram and people's stories on the World's Strongest Man page, but you can't really see anything much more than that. There is no live stream. Oh, can't even asking if there's a World stream. Oh no, not until it's posted on YouTube. 6 reps for Mark, not bad.
Not bad at all.
No.
So he's winning the group so far with 6. Coco did 5. How many will Paul Smith get?
Oh, goodness knows.
I'm saying 5.
Yeah, 5. One shot anytime anyone asked for a live stream, we'd all be dead with kidney failure.
4.
Oh, 4.
Okay.
Okay. Right. That's
Smith gets 4.
still not bad for him, is it?
No,
It's, you know,
deadlift is his
this
weakest lift.
This is clearly a tough deadlift.
Yeah, and you know, we've said this is going to be a tough comp for Paul.
Good split across the deadlift, though. You know,
Yeah,
Like,
it's good to see people
best
get
guys
different
getting 8, and yeah.
Got the 5th just over his knees, but couldn't quite lock it out.
David, thank you very much for becoming a member.
For Paul, yeah.
Yeah. Grindy 4 missed the 5th.
Someone says we've got 1.9 thousand likes, but 4,100 people watching. Guys, go give it a like. Go and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.
Do they monitor the crowd? I'm honestly amazed a fan hasn't started a live stream with their phone. We know people have in the past on their Instagram stories. But
We know
videos get
last
taken
year,
down
like there were
quite quick.
signs as well saying like you couldn't.
Yeah,
stream
no
and
filming
stuff.
allowed and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know if they actually. We know that when they see stuff online, they have it taken down on copyright claims. We don't know if they physically would approach someone in person and say,
I've seen it before.
"Give me your phone."
I've
you?
not so much on a phone. Someone was trying to record with a camera.
Yeah,
Yeah, that got taken down pretty fast.
yeah.
Trey is up next.
Brom's Pad, thank you for the super chat. Rooting for you guys to hit 150,000 subscribers. Might be a sensitive question, but have you ever considered changing the channel name to Loz and Liz?
Yeah, we have considered changing
Yeah,
it. It's like I'm fine with it, but you're the one that's kind of
Yeah,
wants
I
to
just
keep it as
don't
is.
want too much to change because I worry that people won't recognize it. I know that sounds stupid. Like when we first changed the little logo and the banner, people were like, "Oh, I didn't even realize it was your channel," and that worried me. And I thought, "Oh God," because when you sort of create an identity and people can instantly recognize your videos,
Yeah,
it's hard to sort of stray from that.
yeah. But it's nothing that there's no like issue. Like this to me is now these days more Liz than me. I mean, obviously I'm in front of the camera, but she's the one that puts all the work in. My focus is very much my coaching. Liz does all the editing. She kind of arranges things for YouTube. She's a huge part of it, and it's as much hers as it is mine. Who's that?
This is a picture of me and you waiting for Brownlow's results on the deadlift. He sent it to me. I think he's watching it right now. He's okay. He said he tried 9, but it lifted a little. It felt heavy, so he decided just to stop. I don't want to share
Smart
points
move.
in deadlift. But
Smart move.
that is smart from Rona, to be fair. It's good. It's good. Auntie Liz official.
There's a super chat there.
Oh, here we go. From George. Thank you so much, George. I had an epileptic seizure last year and still managed to get Switzerland's strongest man.
Well
so
done.
everything is possible.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Thank you for that, George.
Yeah, it's one of those things you definitely want to talk to.
It's just talking to people that have like gone through it as well. Like, I get a lot of people that ask me about the injuries that I've had because they want to know how you've come back from them. And I've spoken to so many athletes have overcome adversity and overcome things where doctors have told them they'll never do something. I don't believe that you'll never do it again anymore.
No.
I think there's so much information out there, and it depends how important something is for you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the smartest thing to do, but sometimes being smart isn't what keeps us motivated. It isn't what kind of keeps us going. And you only live once, so you need to be happy with the choices you make.
Strong Wooden Designs. Thank you for the super chat. Do you worry that the broadcast rights are more of a hindrance to the sport than a help? Strongman is growing so much in the UK and the US, but the rest of the world is barely on the radar. I think in this day and age, maybe yes. 10, 15, 20 years ago, no. What?
Big tray with 8.
Oh, very
the
good.
big thicket showing here is all about the power events.
There we go. Log will be a good event for Trey as well. Very good event. Seeing winning it in that group.
Trey,
nice day for
doing
Trey.
what he can do.
Yeah, very good. But yeah. So I think now it probably is more of a hindrance than anything else. But we do know that World's Strongest Man want to, move with the times. It's just, I don't know. We don't know the ins and outs of it, do we? But
no. Did you just go past something? But
that's the one that we're on right now. And we've done that one already because the first one was missed. There we go.
Cool.
We've got a chat here. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Do you think if Big Z hadn't gone with IFSA, he could have had more World's Strongest Man titles?
100% yes. He won when IFSA split from World's Strongest Man. The best athletes were in IFSA, and he won 2 titles. I 100%. Let's remember the 2 guys that went to IFSA beat Mariusz Pudzianowski in the 2004 World's Strongest Man before the split.
Fantastic.
Yes. So with guys like Poundstone went to IFSA, Kaklaev, and a whole host of other fantastic
really
strongmen at that time.
Yeah.
World's Strongest Man almost had to sort of start from scratch. If you watch World's Strongest Man 2005, the standard was relatively low. There's nothing against the guys competing. It gave us a chance to meet a lot of new names.
Athletes, yeah.
But if you look at the numbers that were being lifted and the standard, it was much lower.
Yeah, than it had been in previous years. Alex Lopez, thank you for the super chat. Have you ever thought of doing more collaborations with personalities outside of the strength world, i.e. Camp Nut or Hathor with other streamers?
Yeah, definitely. It's just getting the opportunity sometimes. Hathor's spoken about us going over to see him. We'd like to do stuff with, I've spoken to various different people. It's just making things happen and making it natural, I guess.
Yeah.
And, I'm not really
thinking of original ideas.
One for doing so much stupid stuff.
No, it's something that keeps you true to yourself.
Yeah, definitely. But absolutely, if there's people that kind of, and it works for the right reason, then we'd love to.
Music Manat, thank you for the super chat. Hi, yes, Nick, they're sons of Sheila, who sadly died of cancer. Her father, Douglas, my youngster half-brother John, other half-brother, was a brilliant chat. I feel like we're in the middle of someone's conversation here. What is this? I don't know if they're just trying to make their. Well, there you go. If you're having a conversation with someone, There we are.
Sorry.
It's a
Yeah.
super chat though.
Yeah.
So I
Well, thank you
clicked
so
on it.
much for the super chat. I can't quite. Obviously, there's some.
This is a
terrible things
message
there,
to
but
Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Hopefully,
don't know.
Nick sees it.
Yeah. Hi, yes, Nick. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there. Right,
A
Jordan.
thought is up next.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for the super chat, Jordan. I've got epilepsy, head to toe injuries, due to head injuries.
In wrestling and American football, been in
Yeah.
Strongman for less than 2 years, won 2022 New Mexico's Strongest Man.
There you go,
Fantastic,
then.
Jordan. Well done.
Plenty of motivation for you, hater XXX.
Jeremy has.
Jeremy, where's your actual comment gone,
It's
Jeremy?
not always a comment, but I will have a look.
When there's a blob like that, it's add to stream. Okay, we don't know if you guys can see us,
Hopefully, we are back.
Hopefully
Let us
we are
know
back.
if you can see us, guys.
but the our Wi-Fi went down. Do you know what? It went down first thing this morning, and we were like, "No, not today!" Of all days, and it just briefly went out again.
We're back. We're back.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes,
hopefully you
we're
can
back.
see us and
So
hear
Athel
us.
got 5 reps.
Oh goodness me!
Our internet went down very briefly, but it's back now.
I was
Don't know
quickly
what
trying to
the hell
tether it
happened
to
then.
my phone, but it came back quick as well. Thank goodness.
Oh,
Oh,
that was stressful.
that was stressful. We're like, no.
Right, Evan is up next. Hopefully, no more issues like that.
Yes, there we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Athel got 5, which I think was expected.
Yeah.
Evan is up next. Can Evan match 8 of Trey? I'm not convinced he can.
I'm not convinced he
but
should
Yeah,
either.
he doesn't need to.
No.
I think focusing on just securing second place would be more than enough, really.
Yeah.
And what does he need for second? He only needs 7 for second. So I think 7 would be a smart move and something he's capable of. Yay,
Related
we're
to my
back.
previous post, Tom and Luke are related. Dickie Borthwick, my dad. Tom will win. One Ukrainian doing well. Happy to support. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah, I see it.
So sorry that we went down then, guys, but
Yeah.
thank you for those that are still here.
For us
We'll
workers.
do what we can to
for
get back.
workers. What happened to Bibby? Pulled out before the event with an injury. So he's been replaced by Christian Haraldson.
Yes.
There we go.
Who came in and smashed the loading, by the way.
Yeah, he did really well.
Yeah. Bloody Wi-Fi,
Liz will
absolutely.
fix it. Oh dear, that was more scary than tax day.
It-
For for us too. I know. The screen just suddenly went black.
Right. Evan is at the bar.
So traded 8, yeah?
No, yeah, traded 8.
Aethor's done
Aethor did
5.
5.
Okay.
So last
Oh.
person, then we'll have a short break.
Oh, a short respite. Well, we will rearrange our live stream according to any postponement.
Yeah, just
of the
keep an eye on
event,
it. And what time is it? It's supposed to
It's
start?
supposed to start at 10 to 10 at night, UK time, which is in exactly 2 hours.
You're kidding me.
Oh, guys, we're having big problems with our Wi-Fi. I don't know if we're still
Right.
on.
Monica is Evan going for
Goodness.
7, apparently. That's his target. Let's see what he can do.
Are we still on? Are we live?
I think we are. He got 6. So Evan Singleton, if you guys can still hear me, Evan Singleton got 6 repetitions. I don't know if we're on or not now.
I think no. I don't know. Oh, I can see comments. Yeah, they're going no, which probably means you lost us. All right, Evan Singleton got 6. How many is he the last person in the
He's
group?
the last person.
Right, let's quickly wrap this up then, because and give our Wi-Fi a break.
Apparently we're still on. We're still on. Cool. So Evan
Okay.
Singleton got 6 repetitions.
Okay.
We are going to leave it there for this, guys. We're going to go and sort out our Wi-Fi. We will be back for the log lift. Thank you
Give it a
all
kick in the
very,
punch.
very much for joining us for this. And yeah, regardless, we will make sure we're back later. Thank you once again, and go and have a beer, a coffee, some food, whatever it is you want to do. And then make sure you are back for the log lift in a short while. Take it easy.